Now, Chris, how does this relate to hiring the right attorney?
Just like on the football field, you want an attorney who has the special skills and experience to obtain victory. For more than 20 years, I've been fighting for my clients in courtrooms all across Louisiana. Whether you've been injured in an accident or arrested and need to defend your rights, you want a Tiger on your team.
Chris, how can people find you?
Call me, attorney Chris Perret, at law offices of O.C. Brown in Baton Rouge, 343-1111.
343-1111.
LA filing 231-6026.
This has Ben McDonald for First South Farm Credit. If you're looking to buy or refinance land, you need to make First South your first call. First South's been financing rural land for over 100 years, so they have the experience you expect from a land lender. And with flexible terms for up to 30 years and competitive rates, they can build a loan package that's right for you. Whether it's 20 acres in St. Francisville or 120 acres in Mississippi, make First South your first call when financing land. Visit firstsouthland.com.
Get ready to feel the love this Saturday at the Queen Casino. It's Standing Still, the ultimate Elton John tribute band, starting at 9 o'clock. Standing Still at the Queen Casino Saturday. Get your tickets now. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, October 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 83 in hour one of today's show. We'll recap the Thursday night football matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we'll talk some LSU football news as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It is Friday. We're excited. The weekend is here. Spooking season is rolling right along. The fall vibes are starting to move in. We got a big weekend of football coming out. I know. I see you doing the kind of Alondra, but and I feel you. Again, I think we all agree we could use maybe a temperature drop for sure to really kick it in. But there is something about the decorations continuing to pop up more and more in the neighborhood. It does feel great once the sun goes down, you know? Like
what Kenny Chesney said.
He never told a lie.
What did Kenny Chesney say?
His song about when the sun goes down.
Everything gets hotter. The sun goes down.
Oh, that's right.
Dang.
But that's kind of the opposite of us. I was saying it gets colder.
Yeah, I don't think he was talking about the weather.
No. What are you talking about?
He meant like frisky.
I don't understand.
He was a little frisky.
God, that is so odd. I've not thought about Kenny Chesney in a decade, and that is the second time somebody's brought up Kenny Chesney to me this morning. The second I walked into Evolve, I didn't have shoes on.
Oh.
And Daryl's like, "You Kenny Chesney fan?" And I'm like, it's like 450, right? And my brain's not really. I'm like, like I don't dislike Kenny. I my wife burned me like a Kenny Chesney CD when we were in high school together.
Good job, Caitlin.
I've had some okay times with Kenny Chesney. I don't think about him often. Yeah. And so I'm like just still explaining. He's like, I just mean like you don't have shoes on. Because his fans call him
the no shoes something.
Yeah, the no shoes
Nation.
like army. Yeah, no shoes nation. Yeah. And then I was like,
he has like a whole song about that too.
Yeah. And then I was like, Jimmy Buffett has parrot heads.
Yeah.
And I just started to stretch.
Yeah.
But it's weird that we were twice now after not thinking about Kenny Chesney probably since Boys of Fall when I was in college and Les Miles.
I like Kenny Chesney.
And I don't did that. So this is the exact thing when I got hit with that this morning that I was trying to get across. I don't dislike Kenny Chesney. I just haven't thought about him.
Is it because
in
he's a Tennessee fan you don't like him?
Very long time. I do not dislike Kenny Chesney.
I can't believe you don't like Kenny.
Yeah,
Chesney. like everybody likes.
Yeah, I thought Kenny Chesney
Who
was
doesn't love
universally
putting
liked.
their toes in the sand?
Yeah.
Key lime pie, right?
Key lime pie is great.
That was a banger. Absolutely. I think it's incredible his whole look that he's made work.
Yeah.
Right? Being kind of tiny, bald.
Yeah. Still
Like
sexy
like
somehow.
a curled up cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Like sleeveless tees, but no real not like crazy arms to show off or anything.
Yeah.
Like just really living his most confident. He's living sincere.
Yeah.
And so I think that's
So
very
how do you
attractive.
not like somebody like that?
Okay, again, I don't dislike.
Yeah, he's a
dislike
great
Kenny
human.
Chesney.
Right.
I had him at the Super Bowl. He was
I
fantastic.
just haven't thought about him in a while since he had Les Miles in his music video when we were in college. The boys have fallen. Shout out Kenny Chesney. I was just saying that it gets colder, when the sun goes down. And it was really nice curbside last night. So,
Did you go
Whatever,
to Evolve without shoes on again?
or
Or did you already have them off?
No, I had him in my hand. I just put him on when I got there. Yeah, bro, you gotta get in there at 5 a.m. You just generally coming in, it's just like a massive walking zombies.
Yeah.
Until the
It's like we used to be in
thing
fourth quarter
starts.
program.
Yeah. Except for my guy who hit me with the Kenny Chesney line.
That's true.
He's got
He was on already.
bounds of energy. He was already warming up.
He was
the
already
treadmill,
on.
when it happened. So
Shout out Skinny Kenny.
shout out Kenny Chesney for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess it is still, I'm seeing the Halloween decorations, movies rolling right along, and I'm starting to like it. What I don't like is what happened last night on Thursday Night Football.
You said you wanted the Falcons to win.
I know, but it's like in The Matrix when they go to kill Switch and his mouse dies in too. And she looks up and she says, not like this. Not like this. And then she's dead. Like, I didn't need Kirko Chains going for $500 and then leading a swag surf after the game.
Yeah.
He's evolving.
Yeah.
The Achilles is healthy.
Atlanta's just consuming his body right now, just the city.
The vibes are so high in that stadium last night. It's not good. It's not good. Let's go ahead and get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
With the shortest waiting period in the industry, Tiger Labor makes it easy to transfer top talent onto your payroll quickly. Tiger Labor and Staffing personally vets your workforce to solve all your staffing needs, whether short or long term. And they're not just forwarding you resumes, but interviewing and dispatching in person every morning at 5 a.m. Tiger Labor and Staffing. Yeah. So again, it's probably best from a purely mathematical, trying to win the division standpoint. It's probably best that the Falcons won last night's game. The Bucs don't get to start to take a bit of a gap lead there. They don't get a win in Atlanta, which almost probably would have assured them the tiebreak over Atlanta, whatever. But
wait, there's more.
The confidence gained by the Atlanta Falcons last night, when combined with last week, Younghoe Koo once again getting it done after missing a couple, actually, in T's fashion, getting it done from 50+ to send it into OT. It's
on
it's not good.
A bad penalty call for delay of game because the referee never got away from the ball. He was over the ball the entire time. So the deep snapper's thinking he's going to push the clock and restart the play clock. He never moved, and then they threw a flag. It's like, where did you want me to line up? And still hit the game-tying field goal. Yeah, I mean, he had one blocked, but he did miss one, which, I mean, for him.
Well, so I didn't get to watch the whole game live. When we were doing Score T, chat was saying that he missed. There was a penalty. They moved it up 5, and he missed again.
So he missed, but then he did have one block too.
So I mean, at that point, it's very funny. It's like, oh, of course, right? But then ultimately, he comes through the end, and that's all that matters. If you're a kicker, is do you hit it when it matters most? He does. He sends them into OT, and well, they end up winning. In case you missed it, Kirk Cousins throws for a career high 509 yards. He breaks Matt Ryan's team record of 503 on the night when Matt Ryan is getting inducted into the Falcons Ring of Honor. Drake London, and here you see the weapons that we've thought about for last couple of years, but have never really come to fruition. Will this game end up being the exception, or is this their coming out party? Only time will tell. But Drake London, who's actually been pretty damn good, 12 for 154 and a tud. Darnell Mooney, 9 for 105 and 2 tuds. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 88.
His most receiving yards since his rookie year.
Yeah. And
even Ray McLeod had a couple of catches. And again, you're out there wearing 34 at receiver. Tough look.
It's a tough look.
But you go continue to make plays, maybe you can justify it a little bit. Still, just get the guy in New Jersey.
Remember, week 1, Cousins looked uncomfortable on his Achilles. Falcons' play calling was odd. It was a bit of a disaster. Now it got better, right? He had the great drive against Philly, but even against Atlanta, even against New Orleans. Which, side note here, now in the NFL you can never take anything like every team's going to play the exact same level every single week. I do take a bit of good feeling away from now looking at what the Saints defense did to this Falcons offense. Now, granted, this is Falcons offense that, as we're going to talk about a second, time on task is going to get better. But, the Saints shut this offense down, and they were damn near unstoppable last night. But it's like when you're on a new team, you're coming off an injury, you have new weapons, it does make sense that how you look in week 1 could be way different than how you look in week 5. And Kirk actually, after the game, pointed directly to a couple of throws in the second quarter as to when he felt like it clicked. Said, quote, I threw a couple passes where I was anticipating where Kyle was going to be and where Drake was going to be. And I was ahead of it, a little bit in a good way. I threw it decisively. I just hadn't been that decisive in the first few weeks. I've been trying to ensure where they're going and ensure that's what I'm seeing before I let it rip. So that is a veteran quarterback being very honest. And it's interesting to hear a veteran quarterback where the game's pretty slow for him, where he can point to these specific throws where it's like, okay, this is the first time on my new team that I felt like I'd established that trust of the weapons where I'm throwing to the spot and trusting them to get to the spot and win the battle. And that's not a good sign for anybody who wants the Kirk Cousins thing to not work out and for Atlanta to stay bad. We'll see how it is going forward, but last night, again, impossibly high vibes in that stadium.
We kind of talked about where they were with their weapons and if they had somebody that could be able to get the best out of them, it would be scary. And I thought when Cousins signed there, that's exactly what they got. And that's what you saw last night. And you're right about not every NFL game is going to be the same. I mean, against the Saints, they don't score an offensive touchdown. But they went out there and utilized every single weapon that they had. Like for Kyle Pitts to do what he did, it's been a long time since he's had a game like that. And Robinson only ran the football 12 times in this game, but even that was effective. He had over 5 yards a carry.
8,000 times. How many attempts did
42 of 58. So, I mean, what was that?
58.
73, 74%, somewhere around there.
58 passes?
Yeah.
Is actually crazy.
Yeah, and completed a high percentage of them.
Yeah, for sure.
And you mentioned, 509, 8.8 per attempt.
So on 58, that's insane.
It is. That's a big number for that many attempts. And Darnell Mooney's been a great addition for them. Two-lane product. I mean, he has given them something that they didn't really have because Drake London, he's a bigger, more physical receiver. Kyle Pitts, obviously, being a tight end. And Darnell Mooney gives them something a little bit different. So this offense is really good because they have really good weapons. And now they have a signal caller in Kirk Cousins that can get them the football in space, allow them to make plays. And it was kind of the biggest fear for Saints fans whenever he signed there. Like, what version were you going to get? Well, knowing this version still exists, that's a scary thought.
Well, and what really sucks is if the offense is going to start to click and be better for the Falcons from here on out, it does reinforce what a missed opportunity last week was in terms of creating a loss where you should have had a win. So I don't love it. You know what else I don't love? My favorite center ever, Todd McClure, with Roddy White, trolling Saints fans online, celebrating in the Dome, talking about the Dirty Birds leading the NFC South. It's, You know what I did love? And I might get blowback for this. Those Falcons unis. I thought those unis were clean. The black with the red helmets.
The Falcons
the old
should
school logo.
only wear throwbacks.
The old school Falcon logos.
Their new
so much
uniforms
tighter.
are horrendous.
The new logo was tight when it was like Mike Vick and New Age and okay, let's step forward. But now with your classic 1980s white guy back at quarterback, might as well throw it back to the old school Falcons logo.
Like even go back to the Vic days. What y'all have now is awful.
Oh, is it different? I don't even think about it being different.
Oh, it's completely different.
Oh, wow.
The big ATL on the front.
Cousins. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cousins' swag surf was hilarious. I don't think any of y'all are going to get this reference. Y'all, nobody here watches Dragon Ball Z, right? No. You never seen the fusion dance that they do?
I know what you're talking about.
Because Kirk Cousins straight up looked like he was doing the fusion dance, and he was about to bond with the city of Atlanta as he was leading the swag surf. Kirko Chains leading a crowd swag surf is dangerous. I don't love that. It's quite the weapon to add to his arsenal. So,
I've been trying to tell y'all about Kirk for a long time.
A bit of a bummer night if you're a Saints fan, and now a bit more pressure on Monday night. Oh, there it is right there. I mean, that is straight up the fusion dance. How can you be so athletic and so good at football, right? And you may say athletic, but if you're like a 15-year NFL quarterback, I'm calling you athletic.
Yeah.
I don't care if you can't like run, per NFL standards. Yeah. How can you be so athletic and move like that? That doesn't make any sense. And I love goofy white dad dancing. Everybody does. Who doesn't, right? Like that's just pure happiness in that moment right there. It's just shocking that you can't get like look at Garrett Nussmeier. You saw Garrett last week, right?
He got a little juice to him.
That's what I'm saying. He definitely did. He got a look at Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma back in the day.
Yeah.
Who reminded me actually of Garrett doing that.
What cracks me up is the little when he first goes out there and he's waiting, he's paused for a second, all happy, and then he starts doing it.
He is.
Are you ready, guys?
It's the millennial pause that all the Gen Zers talk about on TikTok, and I mean, it looks like he is conducting like a symphony more than a swag surf. So, credit to him though, dude. 509 Falcons record, his personal career high, and a massive win to move Atlanta to 3-2 and sole possession of the NFC South lead. So coming up next, let's talk Saints Chiefs and give our final predictions for Monday night's football game. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com. The only thing scary about Community Steel is how awesome the prices are. And the fact that they can handle any size project, okay? I don't care if it's personal or a giant commercial deal. They have your back. They manufacture everything right there on site. They buy directly from the wholesaler. And so if it's purlin, tubing, roofing, sheet metal, steel buildings, trim, any steel accessories, it's all there for you in Gonzales, Louisiana, with a live and local human sales team that you talk to, and attention to detail, relationships. Go see him. Talk to him today. Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com.
225-647-2020 is the phone number if you want to get in contact with them throughout the state of Louisiana. But if you are in the area, we do encourage you because even right now at 7:17, they are already open and ready for you. Top right corner of the website, click on Community Steel, communitysteelco.com.
There it is, the extra mile on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
And now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Right down to the day. Now the witch is back. And there's hell to pay. I put a spell on you.
Welcome back, OTB. October rolling right along. All right, so let's talk Saints-Chiefs, Monday Night Football, a game that now the Saints need more than ever. You lose this game, you are starting to fall behind your division rivals and the Bucs and the Chiefs. Excuse me, the Bucs and the Falcons will be 3-2, whereas you'll be 2-3. If you win this game, well, then it's all completely different. Not only will you have beaten the undefeated Chiefs, which will give you a lot of confidence going forward and create a lot more belief amongst the fan base, but then you're 3-2, you're fine, you're right there with everybody else in the division. However, when I look, I believe that the Saints lose this game, and it's for a very simple reason. The Chiefs are great at winning games, and the Saints are not. And what I mean by that is a lot of times in the NFL, and this kind of goes back to something we were talking a bit about last night, but like in the NFL, these games are decided by razor-thin margins, right? And the margins could be so small that after the game, you can look at it and say, man, that was, just a bit unlucky. Like if this had happened, then you win the game. If this happened, you win the game. But if the margins are so small, why do some teams consistently end up on the positive side of the ledger while others end up on the negative, right? Like the Chiefs are 4-0, but every single game has been incredibly close. They could be 0-4, whereas the Saints are 2-2. And as we've kind of been a theme through the postgame last week and through this week, have found a way to lose by razor-thin margins more consistently than not in the Dennis Allen era. So it's not as easy as just a bad break here or there. And so what I'm landing on is those razor-thin margins, which seem so small, are created by an accumulation of even tinier moments, right? And the good teams consistently stack those tiny moments those tiny wins. And at the end of the day, they end up creating the win. Now, they get lost when measured against the big touchdown play or the big sack force fumble. But both teams have those. It's those small moments that ultimately decide whether or not you win or lose. And the Saints just make too many little mistakes. And the Kansas City Chiefs do not. The Chiefs push and push and push. And with a little help from the refs, they just find themselves consistently on the winning side. So I'm not even getting into matchups or injuries or anything else like that. You're going into Arrowhead. The Chiefs know how to win. You do not. I think the Chiefs win this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. They got 15 and you have 4.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, that's what they have. That's what you have. And they've been able to win every close game because he hasn't looked great, but when he needs to make the play, it's almost in absolutes. He makes the play. And so it's hard to go against them in that building. I played in that stadium 6 times. It's hard. Even when they're bad, it's hard. They're not bad. They haven't been bad in a long time. And so to expect someone to go on the road, big primetime matchup, and do the little things right to win it, I can't get the Saints there right now. The Saints have too many deficiencies on offense, even with a better system, and a system that is hiding a lot of things right now, which a system is supposed to, and that's what they're doing. Just the injuries and some of the deficiencies they have right now. Even the guys that are gritting it out. And like AK going out there with broken ribs and playing well. Like I just don't know that can be solidified enough in a Monday night game against the world champions to be able to go pull off an upset.
And if you do want to get into the actual matchup itself, when did you struggle the most offensively this year? When you went against Jalen Carter in that Chiefs front, an elite interior defender. And now you got Chris Jones lining up across from you. So the Chiefs defensively would seem well-suited to maybe exploiting what up to this point has looked like your biggest weakness. Because, again, the Falcons game, you have the pick 6, which is very bad on the offense. But on the whole, the offense was fine. It was really good, actually. I mean, 24 points, you'll take that in that situation. If you don't give up an offensive touchdown, you're supposed to win that game. Mm-hmm. Like the Saints right now, it's something crazy. Aren't they like, they might be like second in points scored and like fourth in like points allowed or something. Like but again, that was them last year. Remember, top 10 scoring offense, top 10 scoring defense. Why then are you not in the playoffs? Why are you not winning games? And it's because you don't win enough of the little moments. And that's what losing. When you hear the old saying, bad teams find a way to lose, like I feel like that's kind of the sentiment that we're getting at here. And that was kind of the sentiment in the Saints locker room. That's what Alvin Kamara was talking about. You want to blow people out? Great. I don't give a damn about a blowout. This is the NFL. I'm a vet. I've been here for a long time. This game is decided about what you do in the close ones. And the Chiefs have been masters, whereas the Saints have been not good. Not the worst, but not good. And so I would love to be surprised. I would love to be proven wrong. I just don't see I don't see it on paper. Or like Jake said, I can't give them the benefit of the doubt if you're asking me to objectively predict what I think is going to happen. Tay, do you want to, I know you're just bursting at the seams, talk about NFL. Do you want to weigh in here?
You know, during break, you guys were like, hey, Taylor, we're both going to pick the Saints, so you're going to have to pick the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know, I hate that we're all three in agreement. You're in Arrowhead. It's Patrick Mahomes. And like you mentioned, like if you watch the Chiefs, like they probably should have lost to the Bengals. They probably should have lost to the Chargers, but they found ways to win those games. And I think they're going to do the same thing here. I think it's going to be close, though. I think the Saints are actually going to perform a lot better than people think. But I think Patrick Mahomes pulls this out.
I'm not saying it's not going to be close, right?
I think it is going to be close. It is going to be close.
It's just that the Chiefs will pull it out, is what it feels like. And at the end of the day, if I would just want to be a bit flippant and a bit disrespectful and a bit tongue-in-cheek, the refs will help them if they need to, you know? If we need a pass interference called or not called at the end of the game, the Zebras will be there for their Wonder Boy 15. So.
Well, it's funny. It's the Patrick Mahomes effect, but then I've also been told that the NFL is actually out to get the Saints, so it's a double there. It's a double there.
I don't think the NFL's out.
They're not.
No. No, I mean, there really is something to that under Sean Payton. Roger Goodell does hate Sean Payton. That was known. I mean, did you see? I saw a clip from is it Mike Silver, Jake? Right?
Yes.
He's been covering the NFL forever. Yep. Very connected.
Yep.
And he was talking about Bountygate, where he's like, yeah, Peyton had pissed off. What story did he tell? I've always heard about after the Super Bowl where he basically thumbed his nose at Goodell, and he told another thumb-nosing story and basically said that was over the top because so he wanted to check Sean Payton.
Yep.
Make an example of him. So I mean that's not full conspiracy. Now the Vinovich thing is not the NFL calling down and being like, keep the Saints out of the Super Bowl. That's just a human being screwing up in the biggest way possible in the biggest moment. And post Sean Payton, I don't think the NFL cares about the Saints, either positively or negatively. Now, I do think Pat Mahomes does exert a similar influence to a superstar basketball player, right? Where how many times have we seen clips of refs telling young guys, you're not getting that call?
Yeah.
And they're like, what, Kobe gets? He's like, yeah, it's Kobe.
Right.
What are you talking about? And so I think there's some of that, and that's just human nature. So I'm not even really complaining about that. But I think that's why sometimes it feels like the Chiefs consistently seem to get the breaks. But also they're kind of creating the breaks, right? That's my overall point, because they win in all those small moments.
Well, you were just talking about a basketball player. That's perfect. You see the clip all the time. It's Michael Jordan goes up to the ref. He goes, hey, he fouled me on that. And he goes, you think so? You think so? He goes, I promise. And then he blows the whistle and calls it. Remember? So it's the same thing.
You got to earn that. And if anybody has, Fitting has, for sure.
Now, on the other side of it, as far as Jones and what he's probably going to do to the interior of the Saints offensive line, the Chiefs haven't been great anywhere else as far as getting after the quarterback. They're 24th or 25th in sacks this year defensively. So their edge rushers haven't really gotten home. If you're the Saints, it's like the old saying, you can't leave there and have 95 be the reason you lost. So you've got to come up with something to stop him. That's the one that scares you. You have to, and this sounds crazy, but you have to trust your tackles to go win their one-on-one matchups because they haven't gotten home a lot this year, and we know what Chris Jones can do. I mean, he can affect the game as much as anybody at that position in the NFL. So you have to find ways, and it's harder. And you know this, T. It's harder to stop interior pressure than it is, a really good edge, because with an edge, I can put a tight end, I can put a back, we can chip, we can help out. In the middle of the defense, it's a little bit more difficult. So now you got to come up with a game plan to slow him down. Sometimes that comes in the run game. Sometimes it comes with somebody coming across the formation on a wham block to slow him down.
So I was going to ask, do you think Chris Jones can blow up? Because I'm more worried about him. As much as the pass rush, I'm still more worried about him blowing up the run game like Jalen Carter did, where they were able to go big on the line, and they were able – because if the Saints can't run the ball, the offense is never going to do well this year. They have to be able to run the ball or nothing is going to work.
You can slow down an interior guy in the run game better than you can as far as, a pass rusher, because
I guess what I'm getting at is I feel like Jones is kind of more of a pass, not a pass rush specialist. He's good at everything, but I feel like that's always where you feel his impact more. But maybe that's just because the NFL throws more. I don't know. I don't feel great. I don't feel great about Monday.
Because in the run game, you can do now the Saints' offensive philosophy, it might be a little bit more difficult, but you can go down and around where you just crash him down and run around him.
Yeah, that's true.
It's play as old as time, and so I just would not let him beat me. He would not be the reason that I lost, because he's the one guy up front that can really mix it up.
I know, but the problem is a lot of people say that, and then he's that type of superstar where it don't matter what you want to do. Yeah. It matters how I'm feeling today. You got to hope that he doesn't have it. Maybe he doesn't have it today. Thank you, Matt C. It was the pill scandal. Remember the Vicodin and everything, Jake?
He had taken from the room or whatever.
A lot of pills are going missing, et cetera, et cetera. Bad look for the NFL. They didn't want to get it out. Then the Bountygate thing happens. And so it was kind of, I think partially punishment for for running a little fast. They were just kind of viewed, I think, as running a little fast and wild there for a little minute post Super Bowl. Which how can you be? You just won a Super Bowl in New Orleans and you were young. Like they just flew a little too close to the sun for a little minute there. All right. So unfortunately, we're all in agreement. But hey, man, it's the NFL. You know, everybody's good. Go win the game. And the Chiefs got to lose eventually, right?
I need them to.
I mean, you have to lose a game eventually. You can't go undefeated.
God.
So
I mean, 72 Dolphins did, but
here's to hoping that's today. All right, and the Patriots did. Damn it, that's crazy.
Until they didn't.
I know. They did though. Talk about razor thin margins. Jeez. Anyway. All right, when we get back, we can continue to talk a little bit of St. Chiefs. I want to get into the injuries, what it means for both teams. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. Whether you're looking to buy new, a Toyota certified used vehicle, maybe you want to rent, maybe you need a body shop service center, it's all there, man. Go look at some of the spookily good deals that we got going on. Look at that 2024 Tacoma, 5.99% APR financing for 72 months. One of a ton of great deals to be had right now at All Star Toyota. Go see them off of Airline in Goodwood. All Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
They got the spooky graphics on the website already? Well done, All Star. When you go to the website, check out what you can buy new, check out what you can lease, and also what you can rent from All Star. We tell you every single day, you just don't find that anywhere else. And so if you've got a last minute getaway trip for the LSU bye week this weekend, you can rent a Toyota. But if you're going to watch the Tigers play here in a couple of weeks on the road in Arkansas, in Texas, you can rent a Toyota. Everything is available. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Join us at Pro Dreams in Mandeville for our special event, A Day of Champions. Meet LSU National Championship winning head coaches Jay Johnson, Skip Bertman, and Paul Maneri. Don't miss your chance to purchase authentic sports memorabilia, autographed by the champions themselves. It's the perfect opportunity to celebrate LSU baseball and take home a piece of history. Visit pro-dreams.com to get your tickets. See you there.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. like vans customized for work.
How quickly will this segment leave the rails? It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Halloween Town? Is that what this is? Let's go, dude. Let's go. Oh, I used to love Halloween Town. If you go back and watch it too, the costumes are so good because it's a low budget production, right? Disney Channel original movie. So it's clear they just raided the warehouse of whatever studio they were in, and they're like, oh, look, there's a dog mask. And it kind of reminds me of some of the original Star Wars alien designs in the cantina. Now, the funniest part about Star Wars in that case is because it goes on to be such a cultural, epic, landmark thing, we end up putting so much lore behind these alien races that were clearly just cobbled together out of nowhere to make this space cantina look cool, right? Like there's a literal like race of dog people in Star Wars simply because one guy just had a dog mask on because we're trying to look
what Halloween Town?
You never seen Halloween, the Disney Channel original movie? It would have been maybe I think just a little bit after your time.
All right, let's check it.
Has a great aesthetic.
Great aesthetic.
I love that it looks cheap.
Yes.
And
practical effects, I mean practical costumes, everything like that. Cool story too. Kind of a Harry Potter-esque tale.
Definitely not seen this.
You know, you're a normal girl. Oh no, actually you come from a family of witches.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a Halloween 2.
Yeah, Halloween too. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Calabar's Revenge.
Do love Calabar, good villain.
All right. The cover of this
Calabar was such a buster.
Cover of this movie poster looks like they cut out some pictures and glued them on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what Alondra's getting at. That is kind of the aesthetic of the whole movie, and it works very well.
I love it.
I mean, it's 6.6 on IMDb for a Disney Halloween movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. It's a cult
I love
favorite.
movies like that. Like movies that have a 5 on Rotten Tomatoes or like a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, give it to me. I don't know what it is.
I can go either way.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and honestly, a 50% of Rotten Tomatoes means 5 out of 10 people give it a thumbs up, right?
That's true, yeah.
So it's kind of a coin flippy type deal there. But yeah, I don't know. The worst thing a movie can be is kind of middling.
Yeah.
But not to say that a 50 on Rotten Tomatoes necessarily equals middling, because it doesn't. And it has to do something, right? Again, like that's ended up being my problem with Marvel movies recently, except for some, is that they're all good or fine, but there is nothing stand out about them. It's like what I was talking about with Disney in general right now. It's just all very antiseptic and sanded down and focus tested to absolute depth till it has no soul.
Well, that was Peter's fault. We determined yesterday. So.
By the way, actually, so I had a buddy, Ben, who works in production, and he was saying it's not actually, it's just a cost thing. It's just way cheaper now for studios to do computer. Even though I know, like, I thought CGI, I thought it was expensive. Animation. It is expensive, but I guess it's still less expensive than dealing with a bunch of live animals.
Yeah, that makes me happy because you're not bending Anita Pita, but that might be worse because how are these dogs supposed to make money?
It might be worse because CGI sucks, guys.
It does.
Like
it does.
It just does. Practical effects with digital touches, right? That's what works. Now, a lot of times it's more expensive, right? So I understand why people just go the digital route, but like, you want to look at the movies that hold up over time? I watched Honey, I Blew Up the Baby the other day with my kids because a YouTube channel that I follow that breaks down special effects, they were watching it and they were like blown away. They're like, God, this is like so crazy how good the effects they're doing are here, like the tricks that they're using to make this kid seem huge. Yeah. And I was like, I haven't seen this forever. My kids are like this. So we watched it, and I was blown away. It holds up so it looks real because it is real. It's a lot of forced perspective, like Lord of the Rings, interesting camera switches. Like when you start to just rely on the digital, it all just, your brain knows. Your brain knows it's fake. Even to the point where in Mando season 2, for some of like the graphics of spaceships and stuff, they were building 3D, they were building models in real life and then scanning those models and using those imaging. And I found, Jake, that even though it technically wasn't a shot of the model itself, even it being really scanned off something real, it gave it even a bit more life. So I really hope. Now, somebody's mentioning Harry Potter. If you go, Chris Columbus did a lot of great practical effects in Harry Potter 1. There are almost no.
Why didn't he go by his full name?
Christopher?
Yeah.
I don't know. Such an interesting casting choice. I mean, of course you go with him because he's a Home Alone guy. So you're like, oh, we have kids. Let's go get Columbus. But also that movie is a cast made up solely of people from the UK. It was the only way you were allowed to get cast if you're from the UK, and then they just went and got an American director. I always found that to be very funny as well. But no, they did a ton of work to rely mainly on practical effects in that movie. It's one of the reasons why it's good. I don't know. Pastor Tiger says good CGI is good. Yeah, I mean, again, I think when it's used around the edges, I'll say this: Rings of Power has some awesome effects, really cool digital effects, but a lot of time used in conjunction with some good practical effects.
You know what was on TV the other day, and I'm like, wow, this is something. I used to think this was, really, really good. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, for keeping a spooky theme.
Again, that's like whatever, Children of the Corn. It's only a movie where
you've never seen that?
No, every time I went to Blockbuster, I would stare at the cover, get scared, and then think about it and never see it.
I was about to say, there's no way Halloween
100%.
Tay hadn't seen that. Okay.
Honestly, scariest part about that movie is probably the opening scene.
Yeah.
I ain't spoiling it for T-Bob because he's going to have to watch it this Halloween.
I don't know. Is it good? Is it worth a watch?
It's good.
Again, one of those ones on IMDb that over 6.
I mean, I kind of want to close it because it's been this curiosity for my entire life.
That's the thing. But like you're talking about like special effects. Old horror movies rarely hold up, but like that one's so nostalgic. Like you got to watch it.
Yeah, the special effects are
they're
funny.
not great.
Yeah,
like, the blood's bright red. It's just like a typical old movie, but you got to watch it.
All right, let's go to break. When we get back, then we can get into injury reports, and then we have Big Fave coming up at 8 a.m. Keep locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to oakparkevents.com, guys, and that's going to lead you to a couple of great venues for your event, whether it's a corporate retreat, a sales party that you want to have because you hit a big goal. Maybe you need to have like an all-day seminar. You want to set up networking luncheons, whatever, networking breakfasts. We got you, man. We've been doing it for over 2 decades. What about weddings? Thousands of weddings at Oak Park. And why don't you just got engaged. Congratulations, fellas. Well, why don't you head over, book a free consult today, and you and your fiance go check out Oak Lodge and go check out Park 73. 2 different venues that offer a variety of options within each venue to create the wedding of your dreams. From food to setting to ambiance, it's a turnkey service. They can get you whatever you need. And like I said, make your wedding dreams come true. Show your fiance you give a damn, you're involved, you care. Go to oakparkevents.com, oakparkevents.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 9.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. So we mentioned Jurassic Park holding up really well. And yeah, I agree. That's because that is a movie that is mainly practical. And then when they do digital effects, they do them. I think the best scenes where it is digital are at night, right? And that kind of reptilian skin is something that's a bit easier to animate. Like the one shot that maybe doesn't hold up is the daytime special effects shot, where they're watching all the dinosaurs come running by, and that's no surprise. I will say this: I love. There's a documentary called Industrial Light and Magic on Disney Plus, all about ILM, or maybe it's called just Light and Magic, but they go into how that all came about. They were originally going to do stop motion. Then they were kind of like, someone's like, look, man, we can maybe do this on a computer. And it's interesting hearing the people that were in the room the first time they were shown like a test shot of the dinosaurs being like, oh my God, like this is clearly a watershed moment. Like every now and then, you're living through history, or you're seeing something that's like, this is going to change the game.
Yeah,
that's what everybody describes feeling like when they're in that room.
Yeah, I know you can't have there's not dinosaurs to use like in real life, and so what I'm about to say is not the same conversation, but it's what made Top Gun Maverick so good.
Yeah,
was everything they filmed was real.
Yeah.
And you felt that when you're in the movie theater.
It's
they went the extra mile to do it. Now, it was a good movie, well acted, all that. But the thing that made it as good as it was how real it felt, because it was.
And a lot of Jurassic Park was real, just not there's no real dinosaurs. But like when the T-Rex head is coming down on the plexiglass, like that's a giant, animatronic puppet head, right? So it's whatever. Never forget, Steven Spielberg made Schindler's List and Jurassic Park in the same year. How someone can be so talented boggles the mind. Let's talk a little Saints injury report here. As yesterday, Cedric Wilson and Chris Olave, full participants. Limited, Kendre Miller returned to practice, so that's something to keep an eye on. Does he have a role to play? I do find it interesting because Nick Underhill is someone who is not a big sunken cost guy. He's willing to admit when something has not worked out. He continues to, he still believes in Kendre Miller. Yes. I'm not a believer, but look at what this offense has done for AK, right? maybe Kendre Miller brings something to this team. Brian Brzee, limited participant. Juwan Johnson, A.T. Perry, Alvin Kamara, Taliesi Fuanga, and Demario Davis were all limited. So that's, I hate having all those names on that list, but they are at least practicing somewhat. Not practicing, Blake Grupe, Peyton Turner. When did Peyton Turner get hurt?
I mean, that's evergreen.
I know. Shane Lemieux, that doesn't really matter. Cesar Ruiz, Taysom Hill, and Willie Gay. Of course, Willie Gay going to be out for a while. In terms of the Chiefs, way shorter list. Limited, they had McCole Hardman, Kareem Hunt, Mike Dana, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire out with illness, and Rashee Rice put on IR yesterday. So, Saints injury report remains intimidating.
Intimidating is not something, you want to say about an injury report.
No.
But, it was worse last week, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know, because Taysom. Yeah. I mean,
Have they called Tommy Stevens yet?
I love No, they won't listen to us. I'm surprised Tyrann Mathieu isn't on this list. That makes me happy. I like not seeing him on here for sure. But having DeMario still dealing with that hamstring, which at a certain age, it's going to get you. Cesar Ruiz being out, what's going on with Blake Grupe? Hopefully nothing too serious there. He's been great. How's even your kicker getting hurt, bro? Come on now.
They got to find a way to keep. Gosh, and Taysom's had a long history of unfortunately having some injuries going back to BYU, but he means way too much to this offense to miss any time. And you don't have another Taysom. Now, nobody really does, but when he's such a big part of your offense, no disrespect to Adam Prentice, it just ain't the same.
18 drives with him, 15 scores. 18 drives without him, 6 scores. All right, hour 2 of OTB, kicking off with Big Fan. Hello, somebody.
Off the bench.
Go to K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com, KTOZblinds.com. You want those window coverings that wow? You want to trust the business that was built on swequity, pounding the pavement, okay? Grinding, learning. And that's what they do. They've learned, Brandon Barton and the team have learned over damn near 20 years of doing this, and they pass on all that knowledge to you, and that's what's going to blow you away. You're going to be just shocked at the plan for your home and how it can help aesthetically and functionally. All price points. We don't care. Start our home your dreams. Remember, installation included, complimentary. Go to KTOZblinds.com.
Yeah, you will truly be blown away when they come out to your home and you say, hey, here's what I'm looking for, and they are going to have you ready to go like in 5 minutes because they're going to know your space better than you know it. They've done it for me. They'll do it for you as well. KTOZblinds.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal. a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, October 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 83. In hour 2 of today's show, Big Fave, Marlon Favorite hops on the show at 8 a.m. Then we'll talk some LSU football recruiting news as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what happened, y'all? Welcome in, hour 2, Friday, 8 a.m., which means one thing. We talked to our guy, Big Fave, Marlon Favorite. Hello, somebody. The baller broadcaster himself. Fave, what's happening, bro?
Hello, somebody. What's happening, baby?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Hey, I wanted to tell y'all real quick. I was listening in on y'all earlier. I was on that 16-0 Patriots team that get kicked me up in the playoffs.
Oh, let's go.
And we definitely lost to Mark Sanchez and the Jets.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, what?
So that Patriots team that was undefeated.
Yeah.
This was in 2011. No, I got there at the end of the 2010 season. We had a first week bye. So this is when the Saints had played Seattle, the whole stiff arm.
Yeah.
I watched that game from who was off that week. The very next week, we played the Jets, Mark Sanchez, in New England, and we lose. I lose. I get one playoff check.
Wait, hold on. So wait. No. When the Patriots went undefeated, they lost to.
It was 07, yeah, because I was in Arizona at the Super Bowl.
Wait, the Patriots didn't go undefeated twice? There's no way.
Not till the playoffs.
No, not till the playoffs, bro. Y'all might have been really good in 2010. Was that Randy Moss year? Was that Randy Moss?
No, that was 07.
That's the other undefeated year. That's the 07.
Bro, there ain't no other undefeated year, Fabe. What the hell are you talking about, bro? There ain't no way.
The Patriots. Hold on, we had a first. Well, we might have lost one game. You might.
I
think it might be like 15-1 or something. There's been a few 15-1 teams.
Like
There's that Vikings team that went 15-1.
14-2.
14-2. Functionally undefeated.
So look,
you did lose to the Jets, though.
So wait, Fabe. So it's your fault then. You got signed, and the 14-2 Patriots lost to the Jets.
And because Deion Branch was like, "Shoot, boy, you about to bring that good luck charm. Y'all just won it with New Orleans. New Orleans picked me up late. We lost the first. That's right. Hey, so that was Eric Alexander on that 07 team. You're right. We did have a first round bye, but we lost 2.
Damn.
It felt like that. So I'm gonna say no net. I'm gonna bring up an old one, no net. But that's what happened. We lost to the Jets. That was funny.
We lost to the Jets, Fave, the year before we were 13-3, had won 11 straight games, and we lost to the Jets in the playoffs. Mark Sanchez too. Now Mark didn't do anything. It was Sean Green, but yeah, we had the same situation.
Those Rex Ryan defenses.
Yeah,
getting everybody.
Calvin Pace, Dale
Rivas,
yeah, all those guys. Gosh, who was in the middle of that defense? Linebacker Harris went to Michigan.
Wasn't Bart Scott, was it, or is that Post? I know you don't think Bart Scott's any good.
I was naming the players that were effective. Yeah.
Okay, can't wait. Fave, what about the Saints Monday night against the Chiefs? You were texting me earlier. We were talking about Chris Jones. How worried you about How worried you about that matchup?
I'm a bit worried. I can't lie because I've seen he's done decent offensive line. I know New Orleans is hurt right now, so that's what I mentioned, man. Kubiak's going to have to be extremely creative in his blocking schemes, like motioning over the tight end, utilizing Foster Moreau, Hill a little bit on the blocking. Like Ball just said, the left-handed team. Because that's the stronger side. Fuaga, we can see some success running the ball with that, but max protection, pass crawl, I don't know what the heck we're going to do.
Trevor Penning, actually, T-Bob, I sent this into the group. He's actually pretty good in pass protection so far.
Okay, let's go, dude.
Yeah, as far as pressure rate, he's a top 10 tackle, believe it or not.
What?
Yes, how about that? I mean, the interior Big Fave gives me as many worries as the tackles because, even when Cesar Ruiz was in there, it wasn't great. And then you start rotating pieces, and I just don't know. You know this better than we do, being a guy that played on the other side of it. It's hard to stop interior pressure. On the outside, I can come up with something. I can give you help. I can't do anything if you've got a dog there in the middle in the pass rush.
Not a thing at all, because here's the thing. That's the very weakest. Well, we're talking to a center right now, T-Bob. T-Bob has to hike a clean ball, get his hands together, and hope his guard's got his back.
Yeah.
So if you put an Aaron Donald or Chris Jones, any of those guys in that position, it's just that middle pressure. Slap, rip, I'm just going to rip right up the middle. Now you're going to have to roll out to my elite DNs. So that's the issue. Now on the flip side, Brian Bruzier is having an excellent year in the middle. Pressures, tackles for loss, pass breakup, sacks. So I hope he feeds off of that energy that we're going to see from the Chris Joneses and all that. How the defense, we'll see it we're going to go out there and handle business. We see our offense struggling. So it may be one of those type nights too, guys, but they're going to have to be creative with the middle pressure. They're going to have to lead like a Jacob Hester type in the middle to catch that block you don't want it to have what happened to B.J. Robinson last night. but just somebody that can hold that maybe at least a half of Mississippi.
Fave, let's move on to LSU. LSU South Alabama last week. Great job on the sideline call, by the way, guys. Remember, you catch Big Fave, LSU Sports Radio Network, pregame, postgame. Was on the sideline last week with Jake out on assignment. Also, check out Fave's new album that dropped in 2024, Lover. Baller Broadcast for 2022 is great as well. You can find that on Spotify, wherever. Fave, what were your main takeaways defensively from the South Alabama game?
First and foremost, I got to give Hester his props. Well, I could not hear nothing in them earpieces as loud as boy, you have to fight, boy. Look, but my take is our running game has arrived. We found our guy. And now you can start that stable of backs, what we're used to seeing, which that having Durham play as well as he did, kicking it off for us. Josh Williams played much better. He ran really hard. So that was my first take. Second take, every day, how they say it? Every day a star is born. I think we found one in Broke in the middle. Samaya Broke. That he played, like we talked about last week, them good hands, getting extension. I kind of hung around Bo Davis a little bit on the sideline, kind of stayed by them, checking on them. And, those guys, you could feel the energy. You could feel that, hey, we feel ourselves getting better. And Hunt said this the other night. We know it was South Alabama, but us as getting ready for SEC play, we needed to see clean play based on what we've seen, a little bit of UCLA, a little bit of Nickel State. So overall, and lastly, man, that nuts bus, bro. I hopped on the nuts bus last year, you heard me? So I really like how consistent he is. You know, he's leading in several statistical categories in college football. So I'm excited how better we're getting.
Yeah, I mean, remember, the offense number 2 in the country right now in the S&P Plus, which is opponent adjusted and everything else. The defense 55, but again, that's kind of where the expectation maybe was for a lot of people before the defense. I had slightly higher expectations. That's on me. I've had to adjust them. But I agree, Fave. Like this defense, we talked about it yesterday. They're easy to cheer for because they're a bunch of young guys who've been tossed in the deep end, and they're scrapping and they're fighting. And it's not an effort issue. Sometimes it is a talent issue or an experience issue when they get exposed, but you never question the fight. And I like that. And they definitely have better coaching with a couple of Pete Jenkins disciples and Kevin Peoples and Bo Davis. What about the secondary? What's BT saying, Faye? Because to me, that remains the biggest question, especially going into the Ole Miss game.
Well, the main thing BT is saying about the secondary is for them to be consistent. That's what I noticed him saying, because Stamps have talent. Zy Alexander, he comes back at a really nice interception. Sage Ryan is playing in place. You know, you want to see him at that safety, even in the safety in the box. He tackles well. He's a more experienced DB. So for them, it's more of finding an identity. I know with us on those Corey Raymond, DBU, well, you had a little bit more DBU too. Well, we had it too. Chevis in the world. Pat Pete did come in my last year. You know, it was a reputation. Put your best wide receiver on me, we're going back and forward.
Yeah,
so I think once it.
Go ahead.
What you said?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna tell y'all like that type of identity, and we need it. Especially you lose Harold Perkins in the middle. He was a hybrid for us, so we're going to run a true linebacker set most of the time. We're going to have our DBs be able to cover, especially in man.
Faye, I want to ask you about the matchup coming up. And look, obviously we got a full week to talk about it, but knowing this Ole Miss offense and what they were able to do until Kentucky got after them up front. The front seven of Kentucky certainly won the day, and they gave Jackson Dart fits. Now, Kentucky's got a really good front seven. Does LSU need to do that? Can they do that? Can they get after it? Have you seen enough from Swinson and Jones on the edge to believe that LSU can get that done?
I think if that defensive line could have a really good 2 weeks of film study, really spending a lot of time on that Kentucky game and seeing where they were successful, and they can mimic pieces of that, put the guys in that can do that. Hello, somebody. I think we can execute the same thing. We have the size. It's just been execution. You know who's a Louisiana legend right now? I mean, this cat walking around here, I heard he getting free meals down in South End, Louisiana. You know? Guggenheim. From the State.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put up $1 on LSU interior, but that was then. So I think if we focus on putting that pressure on Jackson Dart, affecting them any kind of way you can, pass breakup, keeping contained so they can't run, holding the solid in the middle so, you know, QB running in the middle don't work, option don't work, and alleviate a little bit of that pressure off your secondary on the deep ball plays by adding pressure. We could mimic it, bro. But film study, I think, is going to be the key for these guys.
Hello, somebody. You heard it here first. Big Fave, give what you need to know. We'll catch up with him again next week, Friday, 8 a.m. at Big Fave 504. Fave, what you got going on? Are we going to Smalls?
So we're going to Smalls on Monday. We're going to start the game there, do a little play-by-play.
Hell yeah.
For the Monday big game, so I'm excited about that. But this weekend, man, I'm performing at the Chicken Fest with PNC, friends of Chopper, baby. We're all going to be out there praying for my brother Chopper, speedy recovery. DJ Spins on the ones and twos. We're going to have all the Take 4 artists out there. Here even might have some No Limit artists out there. So I'm excited to hit the stage with those guys at the Chicken Fest on Sunday.
Hell yeah, bro. If you're heading out to Chicken Fest, shout out Big Fave, one of our favorite. You the man, Fave.
Man, love y'all, brothers. Y'all have a good one. Hello, somebody.
Hello,
somebody. Move that body.
You got to move that body. Shout out Big Fave, man. I mean, I will say this. It sounds obvious, right? 2 weeks of film study. But I do think, while I don't think you're capable of replicating the boa constrictor-like grip that Kentucky had over that Ole Miss game, I don't think you're capable of it because offensively, you're not going to run the tempo that Kentucky does, and defensively, maybe you don't have like a Deion Walker. But I maybe have been a bit too flippant in just completely dismissing any elements that you could take from it. And I do trust Kevin Peoples and Bo Davis to find the elements that they feel like their personnel could replicate in order to have success against that Ole Miss offensive line. We'll see. Shout out Big Faith. All right, when we get back, some recruiting news out of the Ponderosa, and then we got LSU head side coach Sean Hudson coming on at 8:30. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to ColemanRoof.com. ColemanRoof.com. It's Coleman Roofing Construction. And that's because they're your most reliable, most respected, most complete roofing company. It's any size job, commercial or residential, to anywhere in the state. And the construction portion comes in because they'll fix the interior, right? So like you have a leak, you get water damage, you need your drywall, insulation fix, all that. They do it. A tree falls in your home. They got to rebuild the interior, then fix the roof. They do that, okay? And it's all out, max effort, and has been for 41 years to ensure that the project is done correctly from the estimate and inception all the way through the cleanup. There's a reason why they've grown so much just on word of mouth in 41 years. Go to ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
Yeah, you can find the contact information throughout the state of Louisiana on the website. Residential, certainly commercial. Any building, you'll see a great commercial building right there on the homepage of ColemanRoof.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, welcome back into OTB. T-Bob mentioned some high school recruiting news, and since I don't know what he was talking about, I'm going to throw it to Tay-Tay.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this the other day. We were talking about Elijah Haven, Garrett Nussmeier, both of them receiving offers. And then we were like, hey, isn't there that kid up there in Evangel, Peyton Houston? He got an offer last night.
All same class, right?
All in the same class. He is a 2027 as well. And that's what I was saying. Like, maybe the two best quarterbacks in the state of Louisiana, both sophomores, and Elijah Haven and Peyton Houston. Drastically different size than Elijah Haven. Peyton Houston's 5'10", 180 pounds. He's not 6'4", 215, but the guy can flat out play football. He's an athletic guy. Texas is actually the favorite to land him, which I thought was a little bit interesting. But, I mean, LSU just offered him last night, so that could change.
Well, Texas did get the Calvary running back, and Houston did play for Calvary last year before he went to Evangel, so maybe a relationship there. And maybe also, like, you know, there's 3 quarterbacks now that could have ties to LSU. Yeah. Actually, 3 other ones that we talked about the other day. So
yeah, and I mean, look, I mean, if you're going to tell me a kid's interested in going to Texas, I'm not going to be surprised nowadays at all, right? Texas is good. Austin's a cool city, and you're probably going to make a ton of money. Like for all the talk of, you know, NIL's unsustainable, et cetera, Texas is one of the few schools where you would think it actually is sustainable because they have the pockets and now they feel like they're consistently good again. And especially here at the beginning, maybe over time they start to take things for granted and some of that slows down, Jake. But when you were as bad as Texas was for that long, and then all of a sudden you are championship relevant, you're good, and you're as confident as you are now, the intoxicating effect that has on your fan base and on your boosters is, well, if they have money, it means you have money. All the money that you could possibly want year after year after year. And so, yeah, you're going to tell me a kid wants to go to Texas and say, well, yeah, that makes sense. You know, unfortunately.
Living in Austin on a $500 a month scholarship check like we had
that could have been hard.
Would not have been tight.
No.
Now, probably pretty cool.
I mean, you actually are rich.
Yeah.
In Austin. It's like Miami, right? All of a sudden you go to Miami now and you can actually live in Miami. Now, granted, you may not exit school with the nut that you would have otherwise because you're going to spend a lot. But, you know, at least in Florida, I guess, you're not getting income taxes. Or does NIL count as income tax? I mean, Florida and Texas, right? No income tax, maybe?
Yeah, and Washington.
No state, yeah.
Yeah, no state. That's what I mean. No state income tax. Either way, I don't find that to be that surprising. Again, though, the overarching point there is that it is interesting that right after Tay-Tay mentions him that the offer comes through officially in official capacity. But the overarching point is simply that LSU's quarterback future looks very bright.
Yes.
As well on multiple different fronts. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, who falls where, what ends up happening. But with Garrett Nussmeier playing it as well as he's playing, and who knows, if Nuss comes back next year, you look at the recent second-year jumps that LSU quarterbacks have taken, and they have been unreal.
He's going to be in an interesting spot. Yeah, he's going to be an interesting spot as far as NFL draft evaluations. I have seen a lot of stuff that's had him in the back end of the first round.
Well, Taylor put a mock draft in the document today, which for all the good you did, Taylor, that's
I put
so
on
disappointing.
there. I know you hate it.
Yes,
but it's important because they
It
have
comes in
Nussmeier
number
going
10.
top 10.
Important. No. Full stop. You cannot say the words important about a mock draft
It's
on October
LSU
4th.
relevant.
I don't care. Yes, it is LSU relevant. That's a more apt description. You cannot tell me it's important.
LSU relevant.
Also, what is Will Campbell going number 1 overall? I don't know. I don't know about that. Would that be the Bears? Who's drafting one
the
overall?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, the Jags are only winless team, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. So you got to continue to commit to Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Right? You got to protect him. That's the problem.
Just play with some swag.
No. Okay, wait. So that has Nuss going top 10 though.
It has him going to the
Number
Giants.
10.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now look, if Nuss is going to be a first rounder, go. Maybe unless you think you're going to be a top 5 pick. I don't know. If you're going to be a first rounder, you generally, the rule of thumb is just, okay, go to the NFL unless you just want to stay and make more money and whatnot. But I either way, if he comes back or stays, again, the quarterback position at LSU is now very proven. Great young coach in Joe Sloan, who's looking like he's at least going to stick around for a few more years, fostering a lot of these great relationships. The 2 Heismans in the last 5 years. We no longer have to be insecure like we used to be about your ability to attract talent at that position. And like we said, in this future pipeline, you have a few guys that could maybe be the next guy that already have great LSU ties. Head over to Accutemp of Baton Rouge for all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. AccutempBR.com. AccutempBR.com. Look, you in the market for a whole home generator? Okay, protect yourself during storm season. Make sure your home doesn't lose power, or maybe like a different generator, a fridge, whatever. Accutemp are your experts. They'll come give you the free estimate, let you know how everything's going to work, have them come out to your home. And anytime you work with Accutemp, you experience that service to the highest degree, which is unparalleled, guys. It's the reason why their customer reviews are so incredible with so many, with just thousands upon thousands of reviews.
I do think we have to play the video, and T-Pal in the chat brings it up, of the Vandy player that said, Alabama, you're next.
Nick Saban, this is FCT football. Alabama, you're next.
Because that is a matchup we have this weekend.
Alabama Vandy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go down memory road there.
It's one of the all-timers.
What game are you most looking forward to this weekend?
South Carolina Ole Miss.
I think I'm a Mizzou A&M boy.
I had a guy.
Actually, probably Rutgers, Nebraska.
I had a guy on Twitter be like, this better be the greatest game of all time, as excited as you are for it.
Is Lenore Sellers back?
Reports are he will be, yeah.
Okay, that makes it, that definitely makes it more
being
intriguing.
in Williams-Brice adds a ton to the intrigue as well. Like, just being in that building now and seeing how excited they were for a marquee matchup, and maybe not, it doesn't have game day and all that, but they feel like they should be undefeated in their minds. And now you've got Ole Miss, who's coming off a loss to a team that you beat the hell out of. You probably feel pretty confident. I think it's going to be an electric building. I think it's not going to be easy for Ole Miss.
It is a back against the wall moment for Ole Miss. You played nobody. The first time you get in a fight with someone your own size, you folded like a lawn chair at home. So now everything's being questioned. All the offseason, all the last dance mantra that they've been trying to put together, really reinforcing this idea that, look, we know this team is temporal and not going to be around here for a long time. We got one shot at this thing. All of that is now immediately imperiled. And you got to hit the road to go to Williams-Brice against a very good South Carolina defensive line. I still think Ole Miss wins this game, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to give Ole Miss a bit of the benefit of the doubt in terms of not dinging them too hard, because we did see Kentucky also strangle Georgia, right? And look what Georgia did to Alabama.
And we also saw South Carolina drag Kentucky.
Yeah, but that is a different Kentucky team, right? Brock Vandagriff in that game is not the Brock Vandagriff of now.
It was in Lexington, though.
Yeah, I know, but
they beat him by 4 touchdowns.
But no, you don't agree that Brock Vandagriff that game.
That's fine, but he ain't 4 touchdowns better.
He's. I don't know, man.
4 touchdowns?
Look at Vandagriff's week-to-week improvement. It's pretty insane.
T, you know how hard it is to score 4 touchdowns.
That game also kind of that game. They you know how it is. Sometimes the game gets away from you. And that snowballed on him hard, and they couldn't get out there and wave. Vandagriff couldn't do anything offensively. Lenore Sellers, a couple great play designs, set up big play touchdowns there.
That offense has some incredible play design. It did it against LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, if Sellers stays in that game, who knows where that game ends up?
I think you lose if Sellers stays in that game. I maintain that. That's fine. You don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
No, you don't.
That's fine. We'll see. It's going to be very exciting. Massive test for Ole Miss. So immediately season on the line, back against the wall. What are you going to do? We're going to learn a lot about Lane Kiffin's team this weekend.
We're going to learn so much about this offense with pressure.
Yeah.
because they are going to have pressure.
Yep.
You're facing one, I think, on the verge of being elite, and one that's going to be elite pass rushers. Kennard and Stewart.
It's going to be a good game. All right, when we get back, let's talk to LSU head soccer coach Sean Hudson. Big games coming up this weekend. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. We build the spaces, you build the memories, and that's what this is all about, guys. You're going to build the outdoor kitchen of your dream, outdoor living area, pool of your dreams, completely custom, or choose from our spec pools. We got a bunch of different specs, a bunch of different options within each spec, but it is more, it's a little more inexpensive for sure. If you want to put a putting green in your backyard, you want to put turf in your backyard, like any size or type of fence, so Taylor stops trying to talk to you all the time. It's all there at Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com.
Yeah, if you want to build that fence just a little bit higher so Tay-Tay can't get some of these takes off, they can do that for you. They can build any kind of fence, and you'll see it right there on the homepage. It is pools. It is outdoor living spaces at your home or your business. Any kind of fence, bulkheads as well. They can do it all for you. Go check out their work at PECbuilt.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road,
with Hester and T-Bob.
There are few who deny it. What I
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. T-Bob, Jacob Hester, and Taylor hanging out with you today. And guys, LSU soccer season rolling right along, and we got a big one tonight, 7 p.m. in the LSU soccer stadium, SEC battle. A couple of great SEC teams. Auburn right now 2-1-1. LSU 2-2-0. Big one tonight. Go check them out. We got Coach Sean Hudson on the phone right now. Coach, what's going on? How you doing this afternoon or this morning? It's not the afternoon. This morning. What's up, Coach? How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Loving life.
Everything's going well. I before we get into the game tonight, I heard, I believe, your son had quite the flag football game the other day.
He did. His coach can confirm. Have you gotten the full report on the game, Coach? It was a barn burner, 42-39. I don't know that we've ever scored that many points.
I heard there was some great tactical adjustments by Coach Hester.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's just some playmakers out there, but I'll take it. I will take the victory. There you go.
And if you're a student listening, it is Greek night at the pitch tonight. So the sorority or fraternity who brings the most people to the game, you'll get $125 donated to your respective philanthropic cause. And the first 250 fans to arrive at the stadium will receive a free LSU soccer shirt featuring this year's seniors. So we want to pack it out tonight. The gates will open at 6 p.m. Match starts at 7. Coach Hudson, how have you felt about your team thus far in this early portion of the season?
Yeah, we had some defensive issues early in the season, but I think we've got through those. We've played the two top teams in the SEC so far, so we're 2-2 in SEC play, but we played the two top teams in the Elite 8 and Sweet 16 team last year and played them really close. So for us, it's about, can we get a win tonight against the Auburn Tigers and get an opportunity to look at those teams again in the SEC tournament and postseason.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned that close loss to Arkansas. I mean, they're a top 5 team in the country. Like, what value can you take? And it's a loss, and you want to win every single game. But do the players understand how good that team is and how close y'all were to being right there with the top 5 team in the country?
Yeah, we always love a good battle against the Arkansas Razorbacks. But, yeah, we had 3 great opportunities in that game to win it and then just got counterattacked late in the game or maybe midway through the second half. So, yeah, I think the players are really hungry. I think we didn't have a great performance on Sunday on the road, but Mississippi State didn't play on Thursday because of the hurricane, so they were rested, waiting for us to go to Starkville. And, that was an unfortunate situation, but I think the team's ready to fight back tonight and, certainly excited to play in front of a home crowd on a Friday night. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, that's the best vibes. Weather's going to be absolutely spectacular at that time. If you have not been out to a game, it is so much fun, family friendly. Auburn currently ranked 16th right now, but it's interesting here. They have struggled away from home the last few years. What is it when you watch film on this team, when you've seen them? Why do you think it is that they've kind of not been able to replicate some of their home success when they've had to hit the road?
Yeah, I just think they're a very defensively compact and organized unit, and I think when teams at home probably throw a lot of numbers into the attack with width, they probably struggle a little bit more so on the road. At home, teams probably, or on the road, and their home games, teams probably sit back and wait for them to take the game to them. So I could definitely see that, but they've got a very experienced and old and mature team. Maddie Prohaska, their goalkeeper, is fantastic. She's second-time All-SEC in terms of clean sheets. So she's definitely going to be somebody that, we're going to have to be really clinical in front of goal and take our chances because she's an exceptional goalkeeper. But, and in Karen Harper, they've got a very experienced coach that knows how to get it done. But in recent years in the SEC, they haven't made the SEC tournament, so this is a big upswing for them this year. But when we look at them, we have really great matchups. I think Ava Galligan in the wide spaces, Sydney Cheeseman getting forward as a fullback. We expect a lot out of them on the right wing tonight and just getting quality balls in the box and seeing if we can get Ida Hermansdottir and Molly Baker, Andrea Ilyich firing in the front line, Sage Glover. But we expect a really exciting matchup and definitely want to put on a show for our fans.
So I hate to do this, Coach, because it's Icelandic names are very hard. I just heard you say it right there. Can you give me y'all got 2 Icelandic players now. Can you give me your leading goal scorer? How do I pronounce that last name?
In Iceland, Dotter, the end of her name, just basically means the daughter of Herman.
Okay.
Herman Dotter. It would be Hester Dotter for Jake's little one.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So it is. I can say Herman daughter, and I'm okay. Is that close enough?
Yeah.
And then what about the goalie Shevin?
Sheving. Now her first name, I've just decided to settle in for Audi the car. Alder.
Yeah.
It's a lot for me, and the tongue twisted. But yeah, so she's Audi. She's just become a vehicle this season.
Yes.
I keep telling her, just be a vehicle to keeping the ball out of the back of the net.
How do they get on your radar, Coach?
Well, that was going to be my question, because Coach, Reed, your son's been playing for me for a long time, and so you and I have had great conversations about you finding players and bringing players to Baton Rouge. And I remember when you were recruiting in Iceland and how excited you were to think you had an opportunity to bring these players to Baton Rouge. And so for me, it's really cool to see it not only play out and them come to Baton Rouge, but be some of the best players on your team. And I do think the story of how you found these players is fascinating.
Yeah, so Seb Furness, our associate head coach, he played professionally in Iceland, and his brother is a professional coach over there in the men's league. So that was a great connection for us to begin with, and that's how we found Ida's dad is a former Premier League great, Herman Hreidarsson. So she grew up in England. She has probably a better British accent than I do. She spent the first 12 years of her life there in a private boarding school in England. But that's how we found Ida, and then Ida's friend, Audi, from the national team. And Audi's stepfather is actually the Icelandic national team coach. So we actually hope to have a nice little pipeline from Iceland coming to Baton Rouge for years to come with these two.
Wow. That's amazing, Coach. And look, best of luck tonight. Beat the other Tigers. And guys, if you're listening, go pack it out. LSU Soccer Stadium, gates open at 6. Game starts at 7. It's going to be a beautiful Friday night, family friendly. Bring the kids, get loud, get rowdy. And remember, the first 250 that show up at the game going to get an awesome LSU soccer T-shirt as well. Coach Sean, thank you so much for waking up with us here on this Friday.
Thanks, guys. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers, indeed. It really is. If you've never been, it's a fantastic time, guys. It's so much fun, and like she said, it's rare they get these Friday night home games. Yeah. No game tomorrow for football. Like, you want to just way to enjoy the nice weather, get out of the house a little bit, watch some really good footy. You want to go check out that game, no doubt about that.
Yeah, her son really is a baller, though.
Yeah,
Reed, appreciate you letting me coach him.
How old was he when has he grown up in the States his whole life?
Yeah, they were in Colorado.
So does he have any?
Born. No
any hybrid accent? No, nothing. Yeah. Herman Dotter. Somebody said Cajun Cannon Dotter. That's very funny. Hester Dotter. But yeah, go check it out, guys. Shout out LSU Soccer. Thank you, Coach Sean, for coming on.
Yeah, look, that program is completely different. I mean, she's done a fantastic job. And when you lay out the schedule, it's going to be, if we had a little bit more time, another question I was going to ask. I mean, you're playing Arkansas. At the time, they were number 3 in the country. They're now number 1.
Wow.
They're the number 1 team in the country.
Lost.
Mississippi State, right? Another tough game. Mississippi State is number 7 in the country. So another tough loss right there. But you got wins against Ole Miss, against Oklahoma. You've got some other good wins on the West Coast on your resume. Auburn's number 16. Yep. Texas number 22. It doesn't get any easier, but this team is competing. For a long time, they did not. Sean has them competing, not only playing with some of these teams, beating some of these teams, and you're right there. Again, Arkansas, number 1 team in the country. You heard her there. Counterattack, late goal you gave up, or you almost got a point from that one.
Herman Daughter's a native of Reykjavik. What else happened in Reykjavik, guys?
Something.
Something with Thor.
The unreal legendary chess match between Spassky and Fischer, Soviet Union versus America, when Fischer took on the entirety of the Soviet Union and came out on top, the very thing that basically Queen's Gambit is based upon?
I'm kicking myself. I knew that. I'm
Thank
kicking
you.
myself because it
Thank
wasn't
you.
coming to me.
Grow up. More RGB next.
Off the bench.
Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. You are a business owner. Cool, man. Congrats. It's intense. And you have trash removal needs. Maybe you want a front load dumpster and you need it emptied up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week. Well, guess what? Here at Trash Rangers, we're business owners, okay? So we understand the flexible nature, what you need. And that's why, because we're local, because we have relationships, because we give a damn, we can adjust and match whatever your needs may be. You need a big roll-off dumpster, 15, 20, 30 yards, we got you. Okay? It's anywhere in the listening area. And if you live in Livingston or Ascension and you want your residential trash pickup, you want to go to the local guys. They'll text you the night beforehand when it's your night, so you never forget to put out the trash again, and your husband gets off your back. Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you can sign up right there at the bottom of the website. Residential, commercial service, roll-off dumpsters, 3 different sizes to choose from, trashrangers.com.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency.
How quickly will this segment leave the rails? It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back to Off the Bench. Jonathan even wanted to hear me Irish accent. I suppose this would be my closest thing I could come to it, lad. It's all right.
It's not bad.
Usually when you go
It's
Irish,
all great, but it's all
you
right.
start out strong and then you turn Scottish, but you held strong.
Honestly, that's about any accent I do there.
You do go Scottish pretty quick.
Oh, I think they're just all kind of
Nah,
meld
they're
into one
different.
another. Try to do a bit Cockney and then I end up Aussie very quickly, you know? And sometimes I might even fall back in it. Yeah, so I just float around the world. I'm a man of the world.
Yeah.
What can I say? Don't listen to Tiny Matt. Dude, the T-Bot account on Twitter keeps making all of these funny Shane Gillis Trump Tiny Matt jokes that I just want to read off in my Shane Gillis Trump voice
Do
because
it.
they make me laugh so hard. Well, they're probably they're kind of inappropriate for maybe traditional
I
radio.
haven't seen any of these.
Yep, time to leave the rails, guys. What are we going to leave the rails with this segment? Give me some. Somebody give me something funny.
Garth Brooks.
What about
wait.
him?
No, you said funny.
that
I'm
ain't
not gonna.
funny.
Yeah, no.
What
never
happened?
mind. No, I don't know.
We'll tell you.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now we have to know. You can't do this to everybody's listening right now. So
They know.
No,
I'm surprised you haven't
No,
heard.
you've already said it. We got to barge through now.
Well, just look it up.
No, you can't
Garth
do that
Brooks
to the people
got
who are.
accused of sexual assault yesterday on something that happened back in 2019. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay, Alondra. Well, I agree that we had to push through that for other people listening because that's like there's nothing more annoying than like saying like well I don't know I can't tell you. But yeah, that was pretty. That's not the leaving the rails I was looking for. It's Friday, going to hour 3, wanted something a little fun, a little off the wall.
Yeah.
I got something for you. I was asking you during break.
Always.
Is this a bad
That's a Taylor
move?
level move you just pulled.
my
Yeah,
bad.
that's a Tay NFL story of the day.
Is this a bad move on the football field? I was telling you about this.
I love this.
Yeah. So my senior year of high school, not going to mention who we were playing or what the kid's name was, but
All right,
first
guys.
game of the year, there was this big 6'4" receiver, and he has a 15-yard catch right across the middle.
Yeah.
And I make the tackle, and then his wristband's about to come off. And it's one of the teams that, they all look to the sidelines. They look at their wristband. Coach gives them, color number, whatever their wristband is. And then that's how they do the plays. They don't huddle up.
Yeah, no, they just stand there at the line. Everybody looks at their wrist.
His wristband's about to come off. So I steal it. I tuck it in my pants the rest of the drive.
Hell yes.
When we go to the sidelines, I just throw it in the trash can by the bench or something. And I'm like, hey, good luck getting the plays the rest of the game, bud. So I told my wife this a couple days ago. She thought it was bad sportsmanship. You loved it. I was just kind of wondering everyone's opinion of that.
Nah, look, let me mansplain something to Victoria here.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, she loves when I do that. So it's fun.
I cannot fathom the amount of mansplaining that Victoria has to put up with in that household. It is probably, it boggles the mind. You just try to be like, you ask a simple, innocuous question like, hey, did you make the toast yet? And then next thing you know, Taylor's explaining, well, actually, this is the correct setting on the toaster here. If you don't have a toaster, you can do it in the oven. But it's like, oh, I just asked if you made the toast. But no, I love this move, Taylor. This is actually my favorite move that I've ever heard of you doing. And I think it's complete fair play. I like to play dirty, though. I love that. And that is just so annoying, and it's something I never thought about. I played teams like that when I was in high school and playing defense, and I never thought to steal the wristband, shove it down my pants, and throw it away. Maybe the one thing you could have done was, I don't know if you could pull this off in high school, but giving the wristband to a coach, and then y'all start to try to cheat and know what plays they're going to run.
That's what, and that was
that would have been the only thing I
defense.
would have done differently.
That was part of my defense. I was like, look, I didn't cheat. I wasn't Connor Stallions over your side.
No. See, that's
I just
dumb,
took his
though.
wristband so he wouldn't know the play.
It's dumb though. You robbed the bank but threw away the money. Like, what are we doing here, dude? You had the bag full of cash. Go spend it.
Dude, I was 16 at the time, dude. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, stole his wristband and just threw it around the side.
I just love that you thought about that in the first place because that never crossed my mind. I mean, you're like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson out here snatching mouthpieces. Give me that wristband, punk. That's mine now. I'm proud of you. I really am proud of you.
I haven't heard anybody call somebody punk in a really long time.
Hell yeah, dude.
I want to bring that back.
My AIM screen name back in the day was Louisiana Punk 89.
I like
Was it?
Not to brag, yeah. My sister told me to do that, and I always relied her to
Living
give me
in
cool,
Georgia, you had Louisiana Punk.
Yeah,
Wow. 89 year
it'd be cool
birth year,
advice,
right?
and I don't think that's very cool, Cammie. I think you led me astray a little bit there.
I think it was probably cool
yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean, I
y'all
felt
didn't
like it
have
was, so
a
that's-
name screen name.
I had
Did you?
no. I had it wasn't AOL, but Yahoo used to have chat or whatever. And it was basically the same thing as AOL, and I had a Yahoo one. And we had a dog named Cha-Cha. And then my sister's name was Sophia, so my screen name was Cha-Cha Sophia.
That's actually kind of a cool screen name, though.
Yeah.
Right?
I still have that email
Cha-Cha
to
Sophia.
this day.
It rolls off the tongue. There's no numbers in it. You got to love when a screen name doesn't have to have numbers in it.
Yes.
But it's also not overly complicated.
Yeah. I'm intrigued what Jake's was.
So basically the radio announcer for Evangel gave me the nickname Freight Train.
Love.
And like I still have friends to this day that call me just Freight. That's it. It was Freight 13 Train.
Hell yeah.
That was my high school number.
Coming down the tracks.
Freight 13 Train was the old screen name.
My wife's was Blonde Crisis 911.
I love that.
Which is an elite.
That is elite.
Level junior high screen name.
Jeez.
Blonde
Caitlin.
Crisis
Aggressive.
911. Let's freaking go, dude.
Well, we got a brunette crisis over here.
Chad's calling you Taylor Talib. Taylor, you just out here snatching chains.
Snatch the chain. Yeah, he did.
Hell yeah.
Gotta keep Talib was good.
Legendary football moment. Chad says Taylor would have put on the ring instead of throwing it into the fires of Mount Mordor. Yeah.
Wait, for Lord of the Rings?
Fires of Mount Doom, but yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm keeping the ring 100%.
Yeah,
That's my ring.
There you go.
I got plenty of Aqib Talib stories.
Seems like a little too throwed off, probably. Even though he was very good in the booth. Does he still do that? Am I crazy?
I don't
think
know.
so.
I don't know
right?
if he's still in it.
Like he was really good, I thought, on the broadcasts when he was doing it. Did he get in trouble? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't want to throw any bad accusations out there. Shout out to Aqib Talib. Very good corner for a very long time. If a bit thrown off. Somebody said, "Oh, why not get another wristband?" You got to remember, guys, this is high school. There maybe wasn't another wristband. I mean, what Taylor, did he have another catch the entire game?
I think he had one.
There you go. Bam!
Tay-Tay
Proofs in the
got him.
pudding. Hour 3 next.
Off the bench.
Go to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Fellas, we're done being embarrassed. We're done floating through life, not achieving our goals, not achieving our full potential. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to Goodwood. You're going to get that consultation, and you're going to figure out, okay, look, if you're suffering from ED, stop, okay? You don't have to. We got you. Low T, let's get that T back up. Feel like the young, proud peacock. Chest puffed out. The cock of the walk, okay? It's all there for you at yourgoodwood.com. Customized plans to you, transparent, affordable, the best. Reach your full potential. Stop putting it off. Go to Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Friday, October 4th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 83. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll look at some of the top college and NFL games ahead for the weekend. We'll have the pontoon parlay, and we'll close things out with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome in hour number 3 of OTB Weekend, baby. We are here. Let's freaking go. You get to enjoy College Football Saturday, which, I mean, look, it's always a bit of a mixed bag on a bye week, right? Because you're a bit bummed your favorite team isn't playing, but also you don't have any of the, like, pregame jitters or anxiety. You just kind of get to sit back, stress-free, watch everybody else's football. Like this Sunday, I'm looking forward to just watching Red Zone. You know, not locking into a game fully. So going to be a fun weekend of football from a spectator standpoint. Can't wait. A lot of good games this weekend. Jake, you said you're most locked into South Carolina Ole Miss.
Yes.
I think I'm probably Mizzou A&M. I'm just fascinated to see what's going to happen there. I'm still giving Mizzou the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm not going to bail on them till they make me bail on them. But I'll be damned if I don't have major concerns going into this one. But I do think Drink's further ahead, obviously, than Elko is. I think you have a better team. You just haven't been that convincing. Mizzou has to reach its full potential. They have not yet.
Do you have anything right here, or can I?
No, we can talk about whatever we want.
All right, so let's go viewing window by viewing window. Let's start with the early games, afternoon games,
Hit
and
the
night
Big Ten
games.
music.
Okay, and I'm going to list the games, and we'll go across the room, and in that window, you tell me which game. If you only got to use one, imagine you don't have YouTube TV and get to watch all these glorious games at one time. Which one you would? What?
I have Hulu Live, but your point stands. Yes, I know.
You get to do the 4-box?
I create my own 4-box. I open 5 windows. The best game goes on one screen, and then 4 windows on the other screen.
I can have 4 on the phone.
And I adjust the size. I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. Imagine. All right, so here we go.
4 screens on the phone. I mean, what is this? A TV for ants?
No, you got big. Look, these phones are huge.
I don't know, bro.
Those are pretty big.
Has anybody done it?
I've not done
Four on the phone?
Like
No.
YouTube TV and
Yeah.
then I've done it.
I want to see it from an academic perspective. I want to see the
I've
size
done
of
it.
those.
I've done
I
two,
will,
like split screen. I'll
screenshot it
Yeah.
on Saturday. All right, we're actually going to start on Friday because all these games are going to involve at least one ranked team. All right, so you get one choice out of these two games. You have on Fox tonight, Michigan State at Oregon, or you can watch Syracuse at number 25 UNLV.
Oh, that's the easy Syracuse at UNLV.
Yeah, Syracuse
UNLV is, funnily enough, become the kind of center of college football in many ways. I haven't checked in with Syracuse since that Georgia Tech win. I assume they're still doing pretty good.
3-1.
Okay, Kyle McCord's still balling.
Yeah,
he's still playing well.
Fran Brown got some belief in
They
there.
lost to Stanford.
What?
At home.
That's
on
insane.
a Friday night.
Yeah, it was a Friday game.
Troy Taylor, don't mess with Troy Taylor. Lost to Sacramento State, though. Stanford did. Sacramento State maybe going to end up in the Pac-12.
Troy Taylor was Sacramento State's coach before he went there, which was okay,
no, but I mean, it's UNLV Syracuse,
yeah.
two good teams that should be pretty close with one another. Haj Malik Williams taking over for Sluka last week, did awesome. Can he do it again? Can Barry Odom's team remain undefeated and remain ranked in the top 25?
Yeah, I think so too. I'm going to go Syracuse, UNLV. UNLV has a real opportunity to grab a group of 5 playoff spot. I think Syracuse is a good team. This one's in Vegas as well. So Syracuse, the Power 4 team traveling to the group of 5 team, that's always a little different. We don't see that very often. Alondra Taylor, agree?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little I haven't seen a lot of Oregon this season, so like I'm a little interested to
It's their first like real Big Ten opponent. They
Yeah.
played UCLA last week, but that's it's new Big Ten. Like this is like
But
old school Michigan State Big Ten.
Yeah, but the UNLV situation is intriguing as well, but I think I'm going to go with Oregon, Michigan State, just because I haven't seen a lot of them this season, and I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'll go UNLV just because, like, kind of pulling for them now because, like, it's not the player's fault. You know what I mean? Like, whether you side with Saluka, whether you side with the university, whatever, it's not the players that are on that team's fault.
I'm
It's a
cheering
big
for UNLV
distraction.
as well.
Yeah, they played great last week. You mentioned Haj Malik Williams, 11 of 14 last week. Like, yeah, he had 119 on the ground, but he was 11 of 14. He was really good. Syracuse is awesome. And to Alondra's point, like, Oregon's undefeated, but they really haven't looked that good.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was like, is Oregon the best team in the country
looked
coming into
better
the
week to
season?
week, but no, they started really bad.
They haven't blown anybody out. They haven't really like asserted their dominance. Both of those are really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Lanning was like at the top of preseason list for Coach of the Year, and I
picked them to win the
they've
Big
been-
Ten.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like they're 4-0, but they've been pretty quiet.
Yeah. I mean, the Boise game, they had to have 2 special teams touchdowns to win that one. And look, it's a part of it, War Daddy. It's 3 phases to the game, but that doesn't happen very often in a game that you get one of those, much less 2. So, kind of fortunate to be undefeated at this point. All right, let's go to Saturday's 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern Time kickoff window. You get to choose between UCLA and Penn State, Missouri at Texas A&M, or SMU at Louisville.
This is easy for
it's
me.
obviously Missouri A&M.
It is.
There's a bunch
Although
of good
SMU
games here.
Louisville.
I know that's.
there's a bunch of
yeah.
good games here. I mean, look, there's even Air Force Navy.
I know, but I was just staying in top 25.
No, I know. I'm saying like there are games I'm interested. In that window. But if you're telling me, I get one. If you go SMU Louisville, you're just trying to be different.
Yeah. No, I'm watching Mizzou.
I mean, I'll flip during
Texas A&M.
commercial to SMU Louisville, but
That's not the rules for this game.
No, that's what I said. That's the only way I would watch it.
Yeah.
I would watch Missouri,
I'll have,
Texas A&M.
Like this is the perfect example. This 11 a.m. window, Mizzou A&M on the big screen, and then I'll probably have UCLA, Penn State, Louisville, SMU, Purdue, Wisconsin, maybe.
You're a sicko if you're watching Purdue, Wisconsin.
Maybe Pitt and UNC. I've been really
I'd rather
enjoying
have
Pitt
Pitt
this
UNC
year.
than,
Navy, Air Force check in. Iowa. Oh no, that's
no.
that's
Purdue,
never mind.
Wisconsin's a friends and family game.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'd rather go Pitt, UNC for sure.
All right, so that was pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Missouri, Texas
Missouri
A&M,
for sure.
And I might
big
throw some
SEC
Tulane
matchup.
UAB on there as well.
No, you're not. All right, 3:30. You're not going to
Darian
watch Tulane.
Mensah Jr.
UAB's horrible.
I might, but I like Darian Mensah.
All right, here we go. 3:30 Eastern Time window. On CBS, you've got Iowa at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Over on ABC, you've got the South's oldest rivalry, Auburn at Georgia.
Yep.
Over on ESPN, you've got Ole Miss at South Carolina. Over on the Big Ten Network, you've got Indiana at Northwestern, and we'll throw this 3:15 Central Time game in there as well in the SEC Network. Alabama at Vanderbilt.
Rutgers, Nebraska also 3. Not in the top 25, but Rutgers,
I mean,
Nebraska
South
3.
Carolina, Ole
That might
Miss.
be on your main TV.
Yeah.
My main TV is South Carolina, Ole Miss, without a doubt.
That's the obvious choice. Although I'm going to be curious to see how Georgia does coming off of that loss to Alabama. I think they roll. I think they roll in this game.
Is going. This is. So I was wrong about Kentucky when I said that was going to be a snuff film. I think this one's going to.
No, they're going to roll in this game for sure. But I just want to see them kind of work out their issues.
Now, y'all know me. I mean, this is like right up my alley.
What issues?
But does Iowa at Ohio State do anything?
Every team has issues, T-Bob.
I know, but like you sound like I'm talking to Aaron yesterday, and he's like, they do players lounge stuff, and it's him and No Sean Marino, and they're talking about like, I mean, I don't know, we're feeling pretty pessimistic. We haven't seen Georgia play a full game, blah blah blah, and I'm sitting here like, you're like the guy who rolls up to a mansion. But because you also have a manager like, oh my God, look at his hedges.
No,
those are horrible. And I'm like, oh my God, look at the size of that house. Georgia's lost perspective.
No, they're going to be fine. They lost to a top 5 team. Can Carson Beck play a clean game? He led them back for sure. He had 3 interceptions last week. Can he play a clean game? Can they have kind of a get-right moment? I think they will.
Sorry, Jake. I had to just yell at Taylor.
No,
for nothing, really.
Iowa at Ohio State. Iowa at Ohio State. Y'all know me. Like, that's like right up my alley. I'll probably be watching a lot of that one. State. I know. Iowa at Ohio State.
You're what? Over Ole Miss?
I'm just asking, like, does it do anything for you?
Oh, it'll be one of the 4 on. Not much because I'm still a little down on Iowa this year because the offense remains god-awful. Cade McNamara has not thrown a touchdown against a Power 4 opponent. And they lost. I mean, it's like how I talked about Texas, Michigan, or even Ole Miss, Kentucky, which I ended up being wrong on. But it's like it's a fact-finding mission simply about the Ohio State offense against the Iowa defense. I have zero doubt in my mind Ohio State wins the game. It's just a question of how good will the offense look against what's still a pretty good defense.
So your final answer on this window?
For one? Just one game? South Carolina, Ole Miss.
Yeah, same. I'd have that one over every game this week.
I'll have...
Everybody agreeing?
Yep.
But then my other 4 will be UJ Ohio State, Rutgers, Nebraska, certainly, and this is just going to be a personal play. I'm going to go WVU Okie State. I'm gonna have that on one of the 4 screens.
You really, what did your eyes do to you?
What are you talking about, bro? Garrett Green is still fun to watch.
I'm talking
play
about
football.
like you're trying to watch Wisconsin, Purdue. Now
No, Wisconsin, Purdue was a bad call. I was just thinking
State.
Big Ten. No. Forgot that. No, West Virginia, Oklahoma State's still a pretty good game. All Big 12 football's fun.
I'm kind of with you on that one of watching West Virginia and OK State.
Hell yeah, Alondra. Thank you.
You know you don't have to do that, right?
Yes,
I don't have
thank you,
to,
Alondra.
but I might peek at it.
But she's a
bit.
woman of taste.
All right, let's go to the primetime games, and we have a bunch here coming up in that window, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Central. Over on ESPN, Clemson at Florida State. On FS2, you've got Utah State at Boise State. Over on ABC, you've got Tennessee at Arkansas. On NBC and Peacock, you've got Michigan at Washington. Over on the Big Ten Network, you've got USC at Minnesota.
Ugh.
Over at Fox, you've got Baylor at Iowa State. And then the late game there, going to be a 9:30 local time kick here in the Central Time Zone. Cal and Miami in Berkeley.
I'm not including Cal Miami in that window because I'll definitely have on Woke versus Coke late night.
Mm-hmm.
But Tennessee, Arkansas. I continue to want to try to work out how good is Tennessee. I think they're a legitimate championship contender because they run the ball elite level. They stop the run at elite level. They have explosive playmakers when they need him. They have a quarterback who they're not overly relying on, but when they have to get him to make a play, he can do it with his arms or his legs. So, I don't think it's going to be a good game. I think Tennessee will dominate. But look, I mean, Jake, think about the running back matchup. Quentin Jackson and Dylan Sampson.
Yeah.
Two of the best in the SEC. Talon Green and Iam Aliava, two exciting young quarterbacks. Green makes too many mistakes, but that's going to be a fun game.
I mean, you're probably right. I'll probably find my way watching that one more than any other. Florida State, can you do anything?
No.
Can you do
Brock Lynn's getting his
anything?
third start. And Clemson's so hot right now. Clemson is going to.
I mean, you're in Tallahassee. Like, have some backbone.
It is insane.
Show some life.
I was making different headers to put the games into silos this weekend. And one of them was games I'm shocked I don't care about. And the only game there is Clemson-Florida State. A game that should have been massive. That we would have all thought.
Like, preseason, you're like, this is a top 15
like
game.
the ACC potentially.
In the preseason, we had to give the game that we were looking forward to the most over on Off Campus. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pick an SEC game. I'm going to step outside the SEC box, and I went Clemson, Florida State.
I mean,
and it's a 14.5 point
Yikes.
line for the road team.
You've got to watch it now.
Yeah, just because like it's my punishment.
No, it's going to be a good game, but like it'll be interesting to see how Glenn does because we were talking about it the other day. You got to get a spark on offense if you're Mike Norvell, but at the same time, if Brock Glenn goes out there and throws for like 400 yards, you're like, oh crap! Now everybody's going to be asking why he wasn't starting from the get-go. So it's like I want to see what that offense looks like behind Brock Glenn.
4 touchdowns, 6 picks.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
Okay.
I don't think Brock Glenn's going to throw.
He's not going to, T-Bob. I did not predict that he's going to.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Brock Glenn, man, you just talk about tough hands.
Yeah.
His first start's in an ACC championship against Louisville. His second start's against freaking pissed off Georgia in the Orange Bowl. Now
With everybody on your team opted out.
Yeah.
Like you're playing with third stringers.
And now his third start is against a resurgent Clemson, and your team is god-awful.
Yep.
Rough
You're
hand.
double-digit home underdogs. Like, not a good spot.
Sneaky good game. James Madison at UL Monroe. UL Monroe currently leading their half of, we love Gabe Vincent on this program since having him on a couple weeks ago. ULM currently leading their half of the Sun Belt. They beat Troy last week 13-9.
Shout out General Booty.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
So I'm going to assume the non-ranked matchup that you're going to be eye-hustling the most is going to be Rutgers, Nebraska.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it
Not
probably
even
should
close.
be. Yeah.
Not even close.
Rutgers getting 6.5 points here. Whew. Kyle Monungai.
The
Let's
analytics love Rutgers. Wait. It's Nebraska minus 6.5?
Yes.
That's insane because the analytics love Rutgers to win this game. Might be a pontoon. It might be a parlay. Might be a parlay play. Might be a parlay play.
Just might be.
I think I do think Raiola's better than Calic Manis, but you never know. The Greek rifle can always pull one out. Always said that.
How about this? Let's give one more game if we have time here.
Yep.
Central Florida
I was just about to say UCF Florida.
Going to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators as a 2.5 point favorite. What? Colorado beat the hell out of Central Florida last week. How bad are the Gators down? This tells you everything you need to know.
Well, to be fair, the Gators don't have a single player the caliber of Shadur or Travis or I'm still shocked.
Their best player, Trey Wilson. Yeah, well,
Is he still hurt?
I don't know. Lagway could be. He's just not right now.
Montrell Johnson can do a little bit. Problem is his O-line's bad.
The other problem is Florida doesn't stop the run well at all, and UCF has 3 people that can run the ball at a very high level. Now, last week they couldn't commit to it because Colorado was scoring so fast and so many points. I don't know that Florida can do that. If Florida loses at home to an unranked UCF that got beat up by Colorado, that has to be it.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's final straw.
All right, let's swag.
Music got me going like this.
See, this is like the fusion dance, Jake.
Oh, yeah.
And then we
I
touch
like it.
And then we touch our fingertips and we become one being.
Do it.
Quick, do it. Y'all touch tips. Do it.
Touch tips.
Let us gingerly touch our
This show's
tips.
not rated for that.
You want to dock, bro?
No free content.
You ever done any docking?
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm circumcised, so I don't know if we can.
God.
I guess it depends on if you are as well. Taylor, what about you? You want to dock?
We can try it.
Okay,
But
let's
I'm
go.
up for pretty much anything. You should know this by now. Yeah, we can do it. That's fine. We can try it.
We have fun, don't we, guys?
Yeah.
See, look at that. We didn't leave the rails till the end. All
There's
right.
actually a sports-ish segment after 9.
When we get back, we still got our Tate story of the day. We got to put together the pontoon parlay. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. The Payne family, been doing it, guys, for over 50 years, okay? So how do you stand the test of time? How do you grow to the point where you got a massive fleet ready to serve the entire listening area, anything commercial, residential, whatever? How you grow and stand it is because your customers are consistently satisfied. And that's Central Plumbing. And it's because the flat rate price with a great warranty. In fact, you can trust who's coming to your home because everybody's licensed, bond insured. They send you information ahead of time. Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Yep. When you go to the website, you'll see the number, top right corner, 225-925-8552, 24/7 emergency services. Nights, weekends, holidays, game days. We say that every day. Call that number. They will be there. But not the only thing they can do for you. Also on that website, click on the remodel tab. It's going to show you what they can do for you in your home and your business. centralplumbing.org.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
How quickly will this segment leave the rails? It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Freddy, right? Yeah. Ding, ding, dong, dong, ding, ding. Ooh, that's the good stuff right there, Bo. Much better than Jason's. Or is that Halloween?
That's Jason.
That is Jason,
Ooh,
right?
I don't know. That Jason, I think, is the best.
It's pretty scary, yeah.
Nah.
It's just
Oh
breathing
my gosh,
and they
so
make it
much
scary.
better.
Overrated.
No.
Overrated.
I mean, the goat is the Halloween one.
Yeah.
But Jason's right there.
No.
The Exorcist is also a good one.
Tubular Bells is incredible.
Tubular Bells is good. I played it the other day.
My wife never wants to watch Exorcist. She's too scared of the devil stuff.
That's what I was telling y'all during the
devil stuff.
break. That I didn't watch Eyes Wide Shut for the longest time because I'm not into satanic stuff. Yeah. Not into boobs either.
If you're not, that's not the movie for you. So.
Not into cruise or boobs. So no Eyes Wide Shut for me. My eyes are wide open. Okay. I'm not gonna let you stuff your satanic agenda down my throat. All right, let's go ahead and get to a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day. Speaking of satanic agendas.
Interesting.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Hit me, Taylor.
Yeah, so this one's for
Beat me,
Alondra.
baby, it's
'cause
the
she
weekend.
This one's for Alondra. She likes all like the things connecting and all that.
I want you to chew this story up and spit it in my mouth. Baby bird me.
Oh, here it comes. Obviously, Taylor Swift's going to be at the game because of Travis Kelce. But this is more about Kalen Saunders. His brother has a dilemma on who to choose for. And here's why. His brother, Cameron Saunders, is a backup dancer on the Taylor Swift Eras Tour and is really good friends with her. So he's going to the game as well. And they asked Kalen Saunders, he goes, hey, I'm big bro. He better be pulling for me. But yeah, Cam Saunders has been on this tour with her since it started. Damn. He's one of her lead backup dancers. He'll be there in New Orleans. So Cam Saunders kind of on the fence as to who he's pulling for on Sunday.
Is that
or Monday.
Okay, good job. That was a good meal.
Yeah.
Thank you for spitting that in my mouth. Is that why I saw Kalen Saunders doing a dance in the Saints locker room the other day with his helmet on?
Might be.
It was a very good dance, but I had no idea the dance team connection.
It might be. Well, and also
he used to play for the Chiefs, though, right? Like, isn't this a revenge game for Saunders as well? Did I make that up?
Not only is his brother a backup dancer, he's one of her personal choreographers. So like,
Wow.
dude's
How big is Cam Saunders?
I don't know.
Like, is he a bigger guy like his brother?
I don't.
And
yeah, he is.
Wait, he has 1 million followers on Instagram? Cam Saunders does? Because he's T Swift's back. So his brother plays in the league, has 50K, and he's got 1 milli.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And he's a backup dancer.
Yeah. But he does look like Kalen. Like he's got like a similar body.
Look, here's a picture of him with Taylor and Travis.
God, I love his energy.
I've seen this guy and didn't even know it.
Love his energy.
Look, this is
that's cute. He's with Travis in that one.
Yeah, look, that's Cam Saunders right
Come
there.
on, though, Cam. We're going to need you cheering for Kalen this weekend, okay? Okay? Forget about Boss Girl. Blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
Okay? Wow, he's got some electric fits. Damn. That's a good story of the day, Taylor. I'm freaking proud of you, finally.
I thought it was going to be Rasheed Rice's
like,
mom stealing porches off.
I thought for sure that was
stealing packages off of
Look, I was like, I got to find something that even the softest of the soft cannot find depressing, and this was it. So we went with it.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice's mom. Come on, man. That's not a good look.
Come on, man.
In the jersey.
In the jersey that says Mama Rice.
Do y'all remember the old video of the guy in court and he has like an old Dan Marino jersey on, and the lady, the judge is like, "You've been accused of stealing a Miami Dolphins uniform." He's got the Dan Marino jersey on in
Could it
court.
be me?
Yeah, same thing. Same vibes.
Hey guys, I want to remind you about All-Star Toyota, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. You go there today for all your vehicular needs, man. Whether you're looking to buy new, used, rent, it's all there for you. You want to lease? Maybe you just got a number, right? What can you afford? They can give you a ton of different options. The bottom line is that no matter what, when you work All-Star, you're going to go home satisfied. And check out the service center, the collision repair. It's open to all makes and models. All-Star is the absolute best. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Nate V says, Kalen says he's pulling for me. I'm his brother, and I'm buying his ticket. Oh, what are you talking about, Nate? What are you talking about, Nate?
I think he's saying Kalen said that.
Yeah.
Kalen said.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cam
okay.
is pulling for him.
Yes. Okay. I should hope so. I should definitely hope so. All right, guys. Pontoon parlay. What are we thinking?
I think Miami rolls against Cal, and right now they are only a 10-point favorite.
Taylor choosing Coke versus woke. Okay. Surprising.
He'll do anything not to be woke.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
surprising?
true. No, I guess not.
Yeah. I mean, I also
Two things
mentioned,
very near and dear to my heart. I don't know who to choose. Like, choose between your favorite kids. What are you supposed to do?
I even unfortunately mentioned doing a line 2 weeks ago, if you remember.
I forgot.
So yeah, so this is
the
actually
most
not
random
surprising.
of all
Yeah.
references that I ever would have expected
Yeah.
to hear.
Huh.
So what's the?
I like how every time you say my name, I get more and more. What is that supposed to be like French?
French,
Yeah, I
yeah.
get more French.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to do anything.
What's the line there?
-10 Miami.
Final answer for you?
Yeah. I think they roll.
Alondra, do you have a final answer yet?
I want to go Mizzou plus 2.5.
Hell yeah. Drop your nuts.
Yeah. I like
Let's
that one.
do it. Let's do it. Let's Mizzou it. MIZZOU. To your point, Alondra, this, while it's not as wide as the margins are in Nebraska Rutgers, this is another game where the Vegas line favors one side, but the analytics favor the other. Like FPI, Stats of War breakdowns, they actually, it's a much smaller gap than Rutgers, Nebraska, but they do like Mizzou a bit more here, whereas Vegas going A&M.
Well, it is at A&M.
Yeah.
And we said the other day, Marcel Reed's doing a lot better than Connor Wegman
Yeah,
was.
but I don't know, dude. Jake's talking about how Connor Wigman may play.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much?
I don't know, but I know he's been getting, he's been rotating reps with the ones. So, he ain't going to play the whole thing, but I don't know why you'd even consider it.
For the parlay, let's hope he plays a lot.
True.
Yeah.
Taylor just jinxed the hell out of it. He's
No, I said let's hope he plays a lot. That's not jinxing anything.
Jake, is Air Force bad this week?
So
Or bad this
Air
year?
Force is bad this year.
That's what I thought, right?
And I was looking at that one, but here I got a little bit of a reservation on that one, just because Air Force does know option principles. It's
That's
not going
true.
to surprise
We're talking
them.
Navy
They
at Air
practice
Force, by the
against
way,
it all the
guys.
time.
Yeah, that's true.
But they've lost to San Jose State, Baylor, and Wyoming.
I feel like I owe Navy. After completely
That was mine last
embarrassing
week with
myself,
Navy.
going 1-11, I benched Horvath. He transferred, and he's really the best player in college football.
Do it.
How about Army's 12.5-point favorites at Tulsa? Who did Tulsa beat earlier this year, too? They beat the hell out of Mississippi State. Or was that Toledo?
That was Toledo.
Oh, my bad. Never mind.
While you're thinking about it, I'm going to go.
I don't think I'm going to make a final answer to this segment, by the way, guys.
Oh, wow.
No.
I'm going to go Michigan plus 1.5
No
against
Rutgers
Washington.
for you? No Rutgers for you.
No, I want to watch that one with nothing on the line. No, I thought actually you were going to go there, so I didn't.
I can't put bad energy. I cannot take Rutgers with the points, even though
So
I think it's a
why are you
solid
going to look
bet.
at me like that then?
Because you're a Kyle Manung guy. That's literally your Manung guy.
Yeah.
So
and
why
you're
not
in
back
Nebraska.
up?
You're a corn hub.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying is, though, I don't like my team to win, but I'm not going to choose Rutgers with the 6.5. Why don't you? That's your Manung guy. It's your guy.
I kind of like Michigan getting points against Washington.
It's kind of crazy. Even though I looked up some numbers, Michigan literally cannot throw a forward pass.
No, but they can run it.
They rank, no, they can. They rank like 130 in almost every, like around 130 in every pass category. There's only 134 teams out there.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Michigan being dogs against Washington. 1.5-point dog.
Okay. I mean, you are the only one that's undefeated in the parlay thus far this year, so your pick is always good. All right, I'm not making a pick yet. I'll make a pick after this break. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu. You want to get a career? Okay. Call 225-267-8003, 267-8003. That number lets them know you came from OTB. But honestly, guys, I just want you to get where you want to be. And ITI is the key to getting you there. We got flexible schedules, day and night class. You can work full-time while getting that degree over the 2 years. You get Fridays off, beautiful 6-acre campus, hands-on learning with real-world technology, professors with actual experience on the job, great networking once you graduate. It's all there, iticollege.edu.
Yeah, when you go to that website, you'll see the campus right there on the homepage, and you'll be blown away. But even more so if you go visit it off Airline Highway in Baton Rouge. It is set up for success, and it is set up for your success. Schedule a campus tour today. Go to the website to do so, iticollege.edu.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
How quickly will this segment leave the rails? It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I do remember
when that thing drops right there, ball.
When we were in our Ted Lasso Halloween costumes.
Dancing to this song.
Yeah.
It's a great highlight, Danny.
Yeah, that song was It was hitting that day for sure.
So someone suggested we do Wizard of Oz.
T-Bob won't be here, though.
We can do it the week before. But yeah,
I'm down to do it the week before.
Yeah, I'm down.
But I think we had said Pulp Fiction before.
Ooh, I'm definitely down to
So,
yeah, Taylor has to be the Gimp.
yeah,
I mean,
I think we already said,
obviously.
like, Taylor's going to be the Gimp. And he has to.
You can be the Gimp.
I'm going to do blackface, and I'm going to be Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah.
Or Jules.
No, because I want to be in charge of the Gimp. You're my Gimp.
You don't know. Zeb's in charge of the Gimp.
Am I remembering that incorrectly?
Zeb.
Zeb.
Oh, he doesn't belong to Marcellus?
No, he's
no.
not.
Marcellus is also tied up. He's like almost the Gimp.
Yeah,
on that
remember?
team.
Right. Yeah, I am getting confused. All right, yeah. Never mind.
Marcellus
I mean, you
is
have to
getting
be.
bad.
You're the only person that could pull off Vincent's hair.
Yeah, I'll be Vincent.
Vincent
Probably
Vega.
not smart to do blackface anyway. Damn. Out here trying to be like Sarah Silverman.
That episode of Always Sunny where they do.
I mean,
What is it? Lethal? What is it? Wasn't it Lethal
It's
Weapon?
Lethal Weapon. Yeah, it was Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, they're so funny. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna.
Oh, you could be Lance though, for sure. Pulp Fiction.
I'm a little embarrassed to scoot up Pulp Fiction. My bad, guys. Scott Dice Taylor says he wants to know a spooky movie to watch tonight.
I mean, I got to know the vibe.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Lights Out's a scary one though. Like if you're just looking to be like actually like.
What if I said I want the vibe to be both scary but also Halloweeny? Right? Because like Barbarian, a lot of movies are scary and they're great to watch on Halloween because they're spooky and scary. But then they don't always have the Halloween vibes like Nightmare on Elm Street or like Halloween or what's a more modern one that would have Halloween vibes? I don't know. Does Scream? Does Scream?
Kind of. I would say so.
Takes place
Yeah.
during the fall.
Yeah.
You know, brown leaves and
That's
whatnot.
not a bad one. See, but if you want a good Halloween movie, it's not really scary. Trick or Treat, good Halloween movie.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Grayson Galen says, need T-Bob, Tin Man or Caroline? Courage. I need some courage. I'm just so scared. Hubie Halloween. Isn't that an Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
By the way, guys, I'm going with Navy. -10 at Air Force. I'm sticking with my original instincts here. Shout out Blake Horvath. It's probably a garbage pick because all I do is pick garbage. But I'm going with Navy -10. So our final pontoon parlay, although these numbers are subject to change. For instance, I saw -10.5 on Miami now, and I saw -1 on Michigan, but I guess it depends on what book you're looking at. We got Miami -10 at Cal, Mizzou +2.5 at A&M, Michigan +1.5 at Washington, Navy -10 at Air Force. Look at that, guys. We all chose road teams.
Yep.
How about that? That's a good sign, I would say. Great synergy between us.
Yeah, because my other pick would have been a road team in Rutgers.
Yeah.
So yeah. Road Dogs.
Road
Taylor
Dogs
is a favorite.
Well, no, I think we have two favorites, right? Because I chose favorite as well.
Yeah, you chose Navy.
I like the split here. 2 road favorites, 2 road dogs. Not bad, guys. Also, not bad. The Queen of Baton Rouge. In fact, pretty awesome. If you want to come watch a Monday Night Football game with us out there, Monday night, it's going to be great. Got a ton of great DraftKings giveaways for you, especially if you're a golf guy. Got a lot of cool golf giveaways for you. Also, the Queen been completely renovated top to bottom. The DraftKings Sportsbook is the best place to watch a game. Just a wall full of giant screens pumping in the sound. You got the 1717 restaurant and lounge right there. Capital Coffee to give you a little pick-me-up if you need it. The Shaq's Big Chicken if you want some fried chicken. Maybe the 3 Walk Noodle House. It's all there for you, okay, at the newly renovated Queen of Baton Rouge. And again, cash in, cash out, guys. No BS, okay? Feels really good when you hit and then you walk away with green in your pocket. You can walk away with that green at the Queen this Monday.
Queen's great.
I agree.
It was great.
I'll show my kids maybe the Ernest movie sometimes this year. AMC has the Nightmare on Elm Street movies on today. God, if it would just get a little colder. Honestly, if there's one thing I could change about Louisiana, it was just because growing up in Georgia, I just miss actual fall. There's something so beautiful about when those leaves turn and you get that cool crisp in the air.
I know, me being in Tuscaloosa last weekend, it was already, you could feel it. It's a different feel.
It just feels like football weather. For me growing up, that was like the ultimate sign that football season was really hitting its stride.
Yeah, for sure.
It was that cool crisp in the air. Taylor, what movie did you say I should watch with my wife tonight?
Ready or Not.
Okay.
Really fun movie. She'll enjoy it too. It's not like 100% horror, but it does give you that vibe. It's a fun one.
I watched about half of the Rings of Power finale last night before I got tired, went to sleep. I love how that show's ending up right now. I cannot wait to go finish that tonight as well. All right. When we get back, Ask the Bench to close out another great week here on Off the Bench. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the Bench.
Brian says next week's going to feel like fall. Hell yeah, dude. I hope so, brother. Get Gordon, get it done. 225-888-8888. All the 8s.
All of them.
And you get the great team at Gordon McCurdy Injury Attorney standing up for you when you get in an accident, getting you what you deserve. Insurance company. What's up? Yeah, that's right. Nuck if you buck, bro. I got Gordon.
Yeah.
225-888-8888. Go to getgordon.com today. See what they can offer. You can fill out a free consult right there. Get Gordon, get it done.
Go to the website today to check out what they can do for you. Ask a question, get a consultation set up. All that information is going to be right there on the homepage of the website. Past client results. Also, what they're doing in the community, always at Get Gordon is the handle on all major social media. If you want to call them, your area code in Louisiana, follow by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques, Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Yo! Oh, congrats to Mitchell Knapp's. Closed another deal, boys and girls, all the 9 o'clock hour. We love to see it, Mitchell. God is good.
Congratulations.
I don't know how you were going to do it without us, but you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're right. You're welcome. Ask the Bench brought about Cold Curse Light Video, Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Ask the Bench, do you feel older or younger than your actual age?
Older.
I feel younger.
Well, it's because you thought you were a year older for
True.
the whole year.
Actually, true.
Gave you new life.
You know
New
what?
life.
I'm going to go younger than 39.
Yeah.
I see some 39-year-old fellas out there that I feel like I am younger
Not
than that
to
fella.
brag, my guy Jason at Starbucks said he thought I was 25. Okay, guys.
Okay.
It sounds like Jason wanted a tip.
I think Jason.
Okay.
Jason had alternative.
And, and I told you those girls when I was at Fred's thought I was pretty young as well.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember
I remember
that
you
either.
saying
Not
like
to
you were,
brag.
That you were
you were
creepy.
hiding behind a fence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Poorly, too, I think he said.
there's
It
multiple.
was like Shaq behind the
there's-
tree.
There's multiple angles to the story.
I didn't hear that one.
Hashtag Ask the Bench. It's National Vodka Drink. What's your favorite drink made with vodka? I don't love vodka.
Me either.
But is a Moscow Mule vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Moscow Mule.
Yeah. Moscow Mule.
I mean, I don't really drink, so
Yeah.
certainly don't drink vodka.
Just
hate
straight
vodka.
in the morning is usually how we.
If
I mean, there was a time when I was a youth, like when we go to Vegas, you try to stay up late, you Red Bull vodka.
Ugh.
If
Yeah.
money, Red Bull vodka has its place. If money was not a thing, what dream ride are you going with? Like, I would like what car? I would get like a badass maybe. No,
I'd get like a Sprinter van, but
Yes.
like tricked out.
Like a Mercedes one.
I did.
Well,
I
company
saw-
doesn't matter,
yeah.
but just like a tricked,
tricked
out
out,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I agree. I saw a massive spinner van the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, that looks like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life."
Yeah.
But you have to be so rich to afford that.
I would get an old black Bronco
Hey now.
and fix it up myself.
I mean, no, you're super rich. You don't have to fix it up yourself.
But I want to.
She wants to.
A 1969
talk
Pontiac
about it.
GTO is what I'm going with. Nice. A favorite American muscle car.
If I'm going
ever.
like that, I'm going 71 Dodge Challenger.
Well, I thought about Chevelle too. I love a Chevelle, but the Pontiac GTO.
A Buick Skylark. That's what I
Yeah.
get.
My cousin Benny. Well done.
What do you want, the Skylark or the Pontiac Tempest?
Yeah.
Which one? Because they both come in metallic mint
It's a
green.
trick question.
They both come
Yep.
in metallic mint green.
They do.
So,
Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore?
Oh, Happy Gilmore.
yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Still,
so too.
in my opinion,
easily,
the
but
best,
yes.
the
Yeah,
best
there's
sporting
some-
event
Billy
that Vern
Madison, there's
Lundquist has
some,
ever
like,
called.
The best what?
The best sporting event Vern Lundquist has ever
Yeah.
called.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the-
Happy Gilmore just maybe slightly better.
Yeah.
Do love Billy Madison though.
I love both.
Ask Vince, did you play NCAA football, the video game, back in the day? If so, which game was your favorite? I think the one I played most was maybe NCAA 06. Then after that, I didn't really play for a long time.
06 probably the
Till
one
now,
I played the most too. Like once the one my senior year came in, I was already married. The first year they had me as a receiver, so I didn't play that my freshman year. So probably my junior year. So that would have been 06.
Ask the chat, what's your celebrity crush? Very basic here.
Which time you got?
Florence Pugh for me. On the male side of the docket, I'll be damned if they're in some about Timothy Chalamet. You know?
You do love Timothy.
I love Timothy Chalamet, dude.
Hear me out.
I want to Army Hammer him.
Oh.
I don't want to eat him. Jesus. That's not what I mean.
Jeez.
I want him to call me by my name.
For me, Anna Kendrick.
Oh.
There's something about Anna Kendrick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I partied with her back in the day when they were filming Pitch Perfect here.
Yeah.
When I was in college.
How was that? Actually, you know what? Save that for off air. I need to know all the details.
She was. She seemed a little annoyed that night to be there, but of course she was. You know, she was like kind of becoming a megastar, and
disappeared.
She was hanging out with a girl from Modern Family.
Okay, I've never seen that. So
who was pumped to party? The I don't know. You know the teen girl.
Haley.
Yes, she was cool.
Hear me out. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, dude, how to hear you out,
You should
William
watch
Dafoe.
Antichrist.
It's William Dafoe.
He has great facial structure.
He's
Elite
Boondock Saints.
facial structure.
Yeah.
Also, that's going to be some reeky sex,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Well, you've seen it.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talked about this yesterday.
Yeah,
You've
I know,
seen
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Watch Antichrist. Or don't if you don't like the demon stuff.
Yeah, I'm not into the demon stuff.
Ask the bench. What's going to be the most played out costume this year? Ray gun.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, guys.
That one's
That's
up there.
Yeah, probably some combination, and even though it was last year, like Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Combo.
Someone's
That
gonna
would be
have a
played
Hawk
out
to
for
a
true.
Hawk Tuah would be,
costume. Someone's
it's gonna be hard to
one.
have,
It's
like,
gonna be
yeah.
hard to do it, but they're gonna do
We're
it.
gonna do it, yeah.
Alondra, what's the hottest Willem Dafoe?
Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe.
Oh wow.
Wasn't he? That was a quick answer.
That was really quick.
I prefer Lighthouse Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, he was good in Lighthouse too.
A little more just like insane looking.
Yeah.
Male crush Hugh Jackman, says Scott. Female Scarlett Johansson. God, I saw Lost in Translation recently. What a great movie. What a great movie. All right. We love you guys. Have a great weekend. And we'll be back on Monday. Y'all are the best.
Off the bench.
Go Tommies. GEAUXTommies.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. You need Hardy Plank or Vinyl window. Hardy Plank or Vinyl siding. Wood or vinyl windows. Any type of door, any window. Treatments. It's all there at Tommy's. But again, guys, this Saturday, Rally Cap Brewing, 6 p.m., I'm going to be emceeing the Go Bearded competition. If you love your beard, you want to come have some fun with some other people that love their beards and enter a contest with some prizes. It's only $10 at the door. It's a lot of fun. Drink some beer. It's going to be a great time. You come out to Rally Cap this Saturday, 6 p.m. Remember, you want to bring the kids along. We have kids competitions as well where they make their own beards. They can enter to win. Same thing for women as well. So, again, if you need windows, doors, or siding, you want to go to GoTommies.com. If you want to get your beard judged, you want to come to Rally Cap tomorrow at 6 p.m. for the Go Bearded competition. See you there, guys.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company